Hey guys, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we're continuing our campaign of Victor. I know that there's no real surprise there for anybody, but we're back on tectonic plating. So, let's take just a minute here and kind of recap ProQuest from this past weekend before we really dive into anything. On Sunday, I only played at one ProQuest this past weekend, and it was my local one. I ended up finishing 9th. It was by far my worst performance of the season as far as everything was concerned. So finishing 9th was pretty disappointing. A lot of really good people in the room, but still pretty disappointing just to come in 9th. Had a lot of really good finishes this season, but just not able to cross the finish line yet. So trying to I'm trying to reassess, trying to come back to the drawing board. Obviously Tunic was not the problem. I would be very silly of me to say anything like that. So, but I do I do want to go back to tectonic plating and try that. And if I wake up Saturday morning or Friday night before I go to bed and I'm just thinking, man, it's just it's Tunic, we'll go back to Tunic. But I think I'm going to be on tectonic plating for the time being. Yo, Gray, what's up, dude? Brim, John, Slip, and Ben. Dude, what's up, guys? How are you guys? Hey, Coco, how are you? Dude, everybody's coming in and hanging out tonight, dude. We're at 20 people across a couple platforms before we even really get started. So, guys, thanks for coming by and hanging out. I appreciate it. I see Slip has started out with a big hydrate before we really get into anything. So we will, after I shake my whole desk, we'll big hydrate, and then we're going to play some games with Nick to get started with tonight. So let's big hydrate, then I'm gonna hop in there with him. So all right. Slip trying to start us off on the right note here. Let's hop in the Discord with Nick here. Yo, Nick, what's up?
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you, brother?
Good.
All right. Let's get this game going here. I'm just gonna do CC. I don't want us to both have to request things. That's ridiculous. Private game. Got that link. I'm gonna shoot it to you in the table chat that we're in. All right. Sent that over to you. And once we see what Nick is playing, we will learn how we're going to sideboard. Not a big enough hydrate. Get out of here, Ben. Do you have a proper altar of the hero card with the annoying human? Bro, Brad, I actually do have one where it's just the horse. Someone comes up to me and says something to me every event about how much they enjoy it, and I do think it's really fun. Having just the horse by itself is a really cool altar, and I really like it. I'm very glad that they decided to take the time to make an altar that has Victor actually in it by himself and not just the dude on top of it. Thank God. Matchups from last ProQuest. So round 1, I played against KO. I beat KO in the first round. Played a close game against a local. Was able to take it home, and then round 2 I played against his name's Holden. He top baited the PTI in Cincinnati, I think. I don't know. He's a really good player. He was playing Great X Story with 8 Stillblade shunts. We played a close game, but he ended up being able to pull it out. He understands that matchup very well and plays very well, very extremely excuse me. He's extremely methodical in that matchup. So, and then round 3, I played against Kasai, played against Corey Baker. He's a local North Carolina guy. Corey's a super great guy. We played a game. He was playing Kasai, and we were playing a really good game. The game was going exactly the direction I wanted it to, and I didn't have Tunic up, and my hand was CNC, Disable the Golden Sun, and Pummel, and I had no arsenal. It was a really bad hand. I didn't have Crown to filter. Like, I didn't, like, it was, or like, I just, the whole hand was like really awkward and uncomfortable. I couldn't really do much with it. So I was forced to take 7 or 8, give up my life lead, throw hammer, and then arsenal the Pummel and play the CNC next turn. I think what I should have done was block with the Disable, throw the Command and Conquer, and arsenal the Pummel. I had too much tunnel vision. I think that cost me some points. And then I was going to play against Azalea in the last round in round 4, but my opponent sat down and was like, oh, you're playing Victor? I don't even really want to play. So we just kind of marked it down as a win. So I guess I really went 1 and 2 on the weekend, but either way. So, hey, Hal, what's up, dude? Hey, King, what's going on, brother? Working another 16, planning on 2 more this week, too? Dude, Slip, you got to let that go, man. You got to let that go, bro. All right, so we're playing against Rhinar. Nick is playing Rhinar. Let's see. So we're going to sideboard in. We leave in all of our equipment this way, and this is how we board. We play a clean 60. There is an argument to be made to cut the trounces and play Sink Belows because the Sink Belows can be arsenaled instead. But there's actually not a horrible chance that we win the trounces against Nick. He plays a lot of toolbox cards, and we have a lot of 8s in our deck. So like, I kind of want to try it and see how it feels tonight. That's kind of my thought process there on everything. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Holden won't let it go, man. Holden won't let the Decimator Dory go. And to be fair, he does beat me every time. Like, so. I don't think my opponent was really salting. Like, my opponent's a super nice guy. Like, I know who he is. He's a local, like, ish. All right, well, that's cool. Yeah, he's a South Carolina native. Like, he's like kind of a local. He's a cool guy. I don't think he was salting. I just think, he realized it's a bad matchup and it had been a long season day and he just didn't want to play it. Yeah, I was surprised he didn't even want to play, though. I think we're just going to go... I think we're going to go like this and see how Nick blocks to determine how we can move forward here. So, King, that is the problem, is that if my trounces get intimidated, they're not a good arsenal target, and that's why I said Sink Below is just better in the matchup. I do want to try them in the matchup, though, just to see how, like, if every time, like, if it's very, like, luck dependent, or if I need to, like, be playing something different, because I know that Sink Below works. I have tested that and tried that in the matchup. I know that Sink Below works, because even if it gets intimidated, I can arsenal it and set up, but I want to try trounces tonight and see how they feel. Josh, did you say 100% you? You sit down and see Victor and just decide to pick him up? You remember when I brought the axe up and was like, never lost? Yeah, Josh, get out of here, dude. Yeah, no, Holden's a very good player. I don't really have any, like, shame in losing to Holden, if I'm being entirely honest. I mean, I think this is just block 6, take 2, and swing our last card here. Just throw the CNC. 2 hands in a row without a blue. We had that initial blue in Cranial Crush, and then haven't seen one in, like, 8 cards. Or I guess technically it was more like he intimidated 3 cards from my hand, so we haven't seen one in 5 cards, but still. You think Fate might be better than sinking us to go at it like KO? You can Fate the first one. So Jonathan, I've heard a couple of people mention playing Fate in the deck over Sync, and like I think like it's interesting. I've never tried it myself to like try playing Fate over Sync to see how I feel about it, but there's all my blues. But I mean, I don't know, there might be some validity to that. Nick, what do you think about that?
What?
Instead of me playing Fate for Scene in my list against like certain decks, or instead of me playing Sink Below, playing Fate for Scene. to give myself a potential chance to like kind of opt to set up a clash better.
Yeah.
You think it's
I think
better
that
than
would be
playing
good.
sync below, or do you think the value of sync below is just good enough?
I guess it depends on the situation, what you want to do.
Yeah, it was like
What
normally.
situation you're in.
Yeah.
Because sometimes sync below feels good too. You get awarded big time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's been a couple of times where like it's bailed me out of a jam having sync below. So I don't know. That's a good question to think about, Jonathan. I appreciate you throwing that out there. All right, Nick gives us a sync below. Back-to-back swing bigs, huh? Also, this is one of the big changes tonight. I'm back on Clash of Vigor to try that and see how I feel about it. Okay, now to go back in 10 minutes. You just trying to drown me over there? That's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I think let's just block like this. I have no interest in reclashing over a Vigor. We're just going to leave that on top and give Nick the Vigor token. That's fine. And then we'll just swing the hammer again. Making a surge and swinging the hammer. Knowing that we have the pummel on top, we can either try to play next turn or we can try to set up and just arsenal. I am not on Sledge, Slip, although like I do really like Sledge. So, one of your streams that you said you always have 3 Oasis with. I do always have 3 Oasis respite with me at all times in a local meta anyway. What would you take out? Ooh, in my current list, that's a good question. I'd probably take out 1 pummel and 2 out muscles. Probably be what I would take out in the current meta. Like what I would take out right now. I would take out the 2 out muscles. Take out 2 out muscles and a pummel. Because I think pummel's like one of the like quote unquote worst cards you can play with Tec Plating. Just because Tunic plays so much more efficiently with it. But I don't know. That's a good question though. Good question. Yeah, Justin, I do overall think that the value of being able to actually filter your hand is probably better than setting up clashes. Because a lot of the matchups, like where I want to bring in sync below, I am cutting some clash cards sometimes anyway. Now, admittedly, there probably are some like matchups where like against Bolton, I could use Fate Foreseen in the matchup to like actually try and set up a trounce turn to make like give myself a better chance. I don't hate the idea of that, and Bolton is a matchup that I have historically struggled into over ProQuest season. So I don't know. There might be some thought there. All right, Nick takes 2, goes to 30. We're gonna arsenal this and just pass. Okay. I think that Reinar has a lot better chance, like a lot better potential to actually abuse. I think Reinar has a lot better potential to actually abuse the Blood Rush. Oh, interesting. Well, we're just going to block 6 here. I'm totally okay with just blocking 6 like this. That ham was good, but like it doesn't really like suggest for a big swing, so I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, that was a very good Blood Rush Bellow for me. Nick, I'm gonna need you to have a few more Blood Rushes like that.
Was a bad one for me.
Yeah, dude. The old casual 1 for 2 Blood Rush Bellow. It's like playing 1 card after you play Art of War. Just always feels bad. All right, here we go. Take 2. Okay. That's step 1 of that working out for us. Nick intimidates the card we want him to intimidate. Yeah, I believe it's legal. You can play the new chess piece this weekend, right, Nick? Like the new Brute one that comes in the starter deck. Since it technically becomes legal on Friday, it's legal for ProQuest season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of like interesting debate going on about that right now because people are like kind of up in arms. I think people are a little up in arms about the whole thing because some stores are getting it due to like player population and how often their events are firing, and some players are not getting it this weekend. So I think there's a lot of like, I don't know, interesting things happening. Dude, get out of here. There's no propaganda here tonight. This could be a pretty safe spot to use the Civic Steps here, because even if Nick does have the Tunic, like even if he does have Savage Feast, which is not a card that I think Reinhardt can traditionally play, I think let's just give the Civic Steps here, see what Nick does before we decide if we want to crack the balance. I'm not a huge fan of cracking balance here if I can, but if I can get away with keeping it, I will, but really just depends on what Nick decides to do here. I'm curious to see how many people are playing the new Brute chess piece. I don't know that many people will play it this weekend, though, honestly. Like, I don't think the last weekend of ProQuest season is the weekend to experiment. Could
I
be,
think it's more of a blitz card than anything.
Yeah, that's also very true. So this is going to be for 8. Unfortunately, the card that Nick intimidated kind of makes this decision for me, I think. I would rather save this for the last one, but I think I have to. So we block 3, take 5, and then we have our play in our turn. I kind of would have rather have Nick intimidated one of the blues so that I could have just blocked more and swung hammer. But I guess I get to keep Golden Sun in my deck because of how Nick intimidated, which is, I guess, a good thing if I'm able to like use it to like try and win the game at the end. Yeah, it'll be really good in LL format too. I do agree with that. It'll be bananas in LL format. There's too many like broken like things in LL format for like that card to like potentially do. That chess piece will like open it wide up to. Maybe that's why they gave it to us. Maybe they wanted Reinhardt to go ham in LL format. Bro, look at James White. Look, like living in 2040. Also, this past weekend, I did get a cool Victor poster. I think I'm going to replace my Emperor post-it behind me with the Victor poster. I haven't had a chance to hang it up yet. I have to get Carly to help me so that it'll look like even and centered. But I am excited to get to hang it up and have it in the stream. Our local store owner, we worked out how for me to have a Victor poster that he had. So I think this can make big moves in regular in conjunction with the new blue pitch 1 for 5. I mean, yeah, Jonathan, it could be very good. I'm not saying that it's going to be bad. I'm just throwing out that, like, I don't know that everybody's going to be experimenting this last week. Or maybe if they are, they're already trying to, like, people are already aiming for, like, people are already aiming for, like, they've already been testing, maybe. I don't know. CC, honestly, wrecks your entire cost curve for one slightly larger turn. I mean, NCC, like, I don't think it'll be big in new CC. Okay, so this is probably go again. So I'm going to give Nick the trounce, and we're going to see what happens. There's no guarantee we win the trounce, but this is probably one of the better uses we get of using trounce. Oh, wow. The fact that, so we won with a prime to fight, and then we won with a blue thunk, which is so good because we get another might token because of it. Value Town population us. Keep an inventory of specific matchups. So I'm not going to say I've given up on Tunic. I think that's a bad way to look at it, but I have taken Tunic out of the list for the current time being to move in a better direction. Like, I think to play Tectonic Plating, I think me liking to play Tectonic Plating much is a 100% a concession to how I like to play Victor. Like, wholeheartedly, I think that is wholeheartedly what I'm looking at here. So this is going to be for 10, which is really good. We kind of have to decide how we want this turn to be played out. So this is tough. This is a tough decision because I could just throw this and pitch this and then like, I think we want to set this up. I think we'll just throw this for 10. I think this is okay. Do it. I love that Palpatine thing, dude. That's so funny. I mean, I haven't. So, like, Bob, to answer your question, I haven't completely given up on Tunic, and I don't think Tunic's bad. I think that Tectonic Plating is a playstyle thing for me. I enjoy Tectonic Plating and having that 3 extra block. It makes me feel a lot more comfortable into like some of these aggro matchups, like KO, Kasai, Bolton. But I understand why everybody plays Tunic. It just plays so well with Pummel and Bravo's ability. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, no, I think I'm just going to be on. I think I'm just 100% going to be on Tectonic Plating this weekend at my last Pro Quest. There are a lot of tall decks right now. I agree. What am I wrong about, Josh? Hey, Harrison. What's up, dude? How are you? Do it. Oh, you talking about Rampart? Yeah, Rampart is just for dash. I think me being able to push through a bunch of damage right there, like, really like gives me a better spot into Nick. I think we can just take 2 here, right? I mean, we could reclash. Nick has a 6 on top, which means there's not a huge chance of us winning. But drawing an extra card could be very good for us here. So I think we should try to reclash, right? We do win off the Thunderquake, which is a big W for us. That is a huge W for us. You love to see it. I do main a horse. Josh just said everything. Listen, dude. The horse is where it's at, man. I love the horse. The 2 things I will tell you guys about playing this, I love the horse and I love Tectonic Plating. Like, truthfully. The horse and Tectonic Plating combo. Best combo in the game. Combo. Get me on Millers? Ooh, I don't know about that, Havoc. Whew. How are you, brother? How are you doing? Hey, Kyle, what's up, dude? Take the right card. Damn. So we just have to pass here, which is unfortunate, but... Oh, no, I don't want to heave. I'm just going to Arsenal this. Ooh. So this is for 7. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty inclined to put a Trounce on the bottom in hopes that I can find a better card to make that work. Kyle said double support. So, I mean, we're just going to throw 8 here, right? Like, that's just a better play. We could make a surge, throw CNC, Arsenal this. I think that throwing this and arsenaling our last card here is just better. And I hear what you're saying, Justin, that like you would prefer me flip over Tec Plating as KO because like it makes you feel like there's less pummels coming your way. And I understand. Like, and I do think that like Tunic Pummel is probably just the most correct choice we have in the KO as Victor. So I get what you're saying. I don't know. Like this is solely how I like to play the game. I'm actively admitting that I think Tunic is better for the deck as a whole, but I prefer to play Tectonic Plating. Wholeheartedly. Kyle comes in, supports, talks about himself, and then says he's done. Well, I appreciate it, man. Hope your day at work was all right, buddy. Or you might have been off today, actually. I don't know. I can't remember. Hey, Zechariah, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? All right, so Nick virtually stays the same. And then yeah, Nick virtually stays the same. And all right, there's his last Blood Rush. And if we block 6, we're taking the chance that we don't win this Clash of Vigor here. But if we do, Value Town population us. Because now we get to block 6 and throw 9 on our turn, which is so good. Having, like, playing Prime to Fight and Clash of Vigor together is, like, wholeheartedly why I'm on it. It's wholeheartedly why I'm on it. Oh, I missed Slip's joke. Let's go back here. Hang on. How far did I have to go back? Let's see. You said that there were a lot of tall decks. Did I miss another message? Well, he took the right card, not the correct card. He did technically take the right card. That is true. Sorry. I'm sorry I missed that, man. Not saying Tectonic is incorrect, just giving you my perspective. Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate it, Justin, 100%. Like, I appreciate you letting me know that. Blood Rush, swing big. Okay, so we're dealing again with 3 Blood Rushes. This is the one thing I hate about playing against Rhinar, is that, like, once we get to this part where, like, we're just playing against all of them again, it's just miserable. Fate Foreseen, Nick takes 1, goes to 19. Nick is currently up on cards quite significantly after the Remembrance, so we have to find a way to, like, really try and take tempo. We finally got his Scowling Fleshbag out of the way, which means I think we can take a little bit of damage to use our Arsenal card to really try and push tempo here. Got another tournament coming up. Yeah, there's a tournament coming up in we got if you're talking about a Talistar tournament, we got a Talistar tournament coming up in June, I think. I think that's what everybody voted on, was in June. So I'm pretty excited about that. Not gonna dude, I didn't bully you. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, dude. I went back to Prime to Fight Havoc because I think that having Prime to Fight in the deck plays really well with Clash of Vigor. And I think that Prime to Fight is like a concession to helping your Warrior matchup. And I have been having a little bit of trouble with the Warrior matchup ever since I went back to Tunic. So it's probably overkill coming back to Tec Plating and playing everything this way. But I want to try and shore up my Warrior matchup some. All right, that's fine. So we only pushed through 1 point of damage here, but we did effectively take a Reckless Swing off the table here. And a Barraging Beatdown, essentially. We also, like, completely, like, gave ourselves full tempo of the game and then drew a great hand to have tempo with. So we're just going to throw the Spinal Crush at Nick here, make a Surge. No way for us to have another Pummel here, so there's no reason to bluff or anything. Let's see, is that the second Pummel we played? All right, I think maybe, I don't remember if I pitched one or if we haven't seen it yet or anything. Hey, Josh, I get it, man. When somebody offers you a challenge, dude, you gotta take it sometimes. I completely understand, brother. There's no shame. No shame. This hand is so unbelievably extra medium. I mean, I guess we can block like this. Try to win the Trouts here, I think. Probably going to try and use gold to try to win the Trouts here. We didn't even need to, and we did put a Blood Rush on the bottom, which is even better for us. Value Town. Value Town. No shame. Dude, Kyle out here not even understanding Flesh and Blood, just harassing everyone for no reason. Classic Kyle. Make a Surge, throw Choke Slam for 9. Seems like a pretty good hand here. Yo, Electrum, what's up, dude? Rhinar been super tanky lately. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that Rhinar has been, like, playing super, like, tanky and, like, blocking a lot. I think that's, like, the whole I think that's like kind of like what they're looking to do recently. More recently, anyway. Yo! Let's go! Electrum with that Prime sub. Dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a whole bunch, man. Thank you. I don't think it's worth playing here. I think we're just going to Arsenal it, and if Nick wants to give us 3 cards every time we throw an attack at him, I think that's perfectly okay with me. We still have a lot of equipment block left, and... I mean, this hand's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S, this shit. It's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Oh, no. Probably means double claw. He has an extra action point, so I think it's okay to give it to him here. And if he doesn't want to throw the claw at me, then that's fine. He could have like a 2 for 6 or a 2 for 8 in his arsenal. I don't think there's any more swing bigs, but... Well, that wasn't very nice. I was going to have a more aggressive turn, but we're not going to take 7. There's no reason to take 7 here. We have a perfectly fine hand. I was going to throw the Rouse and then throw the Golden Sun here, but I think this is perfectly fine too. Yeah, that hand was not great. That hand was not great, dude. That's right. He said, remember to use your Prime subs. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Everybody use those Bezos bucks. We got to get back at Jeff Bezos somehow. Guys, all kidding aside, if you do have Amazon Prime and you would like to support a creator, even if it's not me, if there's somebody else you like love to hang out with and you love to talk to, you know, link your Amazon account, link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch, and you get a free Prime sub every month that you could just use on a content creator for free. So even if it's not me, you should be doing that every month to support a content creator that you love to hang out with. Absolutely. I would strongly advise that for anybody. No, we couldn't play the card in our arsenal there as well. That I don't think that was going to work out for us to do it all there. We definitely had the Rouse into the Golden Sun, but I don't think we had everything there. We couldn't play the card in our arsenal as well, unfortunately. There wasn't enough resources, I don't think. That is what's in Arsenal, but I don't think it's there. Yo, let's go. Zechariah gifting a sub. Dude, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, brother. It means a whole bunch. I mean, yeah, I'm going to play it. Nick doesn't have a react here. We just kind of end the game. Nick gives us a Sink Below and a Fate for Scene. Okay. So he's blocking 8 of our 14 here, taking 6 and discarding a card. Nick did sink a card, and he opted to the bottom, so he found an unknown card there. Yo, dude, Zechariah gifting out 2 subs, man. Dude, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much, dude. One, I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight, but dude, thank you guys for subscribing and everything, man. It means a whole lot. I mean, we're just doing this, right? Like, I don't think we really care. Yo! Dude, let's go. Michael Paul gifting a sub. Dude, thank you guys. A hype train. Bro, that's crazy. Rip no unmovable. Oh, the unmovable would have been nuts there. What do we have on top? A Command and Conquer versus his Beast Within. I mean, we should, right? Like, we want the value here. So let's crack this and target our opponent. I think that's a better play for us. And then Nick hits a 6. Or no, we hit the Fate for Scene, but then Nick had a 9. So we weren't going to win either way. Dude, let's go with the random hype train. Dude, Michael, thank you so much for the gifted sub, man. Dude, thank you everybody for... I was like all the subs right now, dude. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. I mean, we can make a Surge and throw 6, which technically forces Nick to give us a card. We could make a Surge and throw Hammer and Arsenal this to set up for a really good hand next turn. It's all about, like, what Nick has in his hand here. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Literally just said that's not what I wanted to do either way. Like, what are the odds that Nick can cobble together 15 points? I'm sorry. What are the odds that Nick can cobble together 19 points with equipment and take every card from our hand? I would say not very likely. Yeah, deck totals are, like, really slim. Like, Nick has done a very good job of, like, running the game out and making this, like, very... Are the 10 minutes not up, Josh? Are you still in jail? So apparently... Slip found out the other night that I put like I forgot I did this, but I put like a total on it or something like that. Like there's like a number of, there's only like so many times you can do it in a stream. I don't know. So, I mean, this could be like crazy intimidate like turns. Like it very well could be something like that. Like we could just very well die. Like it is possible. Not likely, but it is possible. We're going to give Test of Strength here. Test of Strength draws us into that. Good pitch deck. Good pitch deck. You love to see it. No block. No block. So we need to keep... We can take this here. Him pitching the Alpha Rampage makes me feel pretty comfortable about our positioning right now. Block 4, take 4, go to 8. And then we don't even need to throw the Rouse. We just have the Macho here. And I don't think there's any way for Nick to get out of this with the Macho here. 8 dominates pretty tough to stop this late in the game. No, everybody in quick chat does not need to do that. Dude, let's go. Carly with 8 months on YouTube of big support. Thank you so much, baby. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be honest. I low-key thought Carly was asleep upstairs. But thank you so much, baby. I really appreciate it. Good game, brother.
Yeah, let's play one more.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I mean, dude, we can play as long as you want to, man. I don't know what you got going on tonight, but... Dude, Havoc gifting out a sub on Twitch. Dude, you guys are making my heart full tonight, dude. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that, guys. Dude, all the support is real tonight. Carly said she was asleep. Do you want a full rematch or quick rematch?
We do full rematch.
Full rematch? All right, let's do it. I'm going to take just a second to add this to our spreadsheet of testing here. Victor versus Reinar. I went second. Got the win. Pummel played a huge role in putting me ahead to win the game. Because, I mean, I think, honestly, that's the best description I can give right there, is that Pummel was huge. Pummel was huge, that whole game right there. So, you don't appreciate how we can't drown you? Dude, there's been like 2 or 3 people have done big hydrates. I'm going to get some water out of my cup here in just a minute. We're going to do another big hydrate. I have actively just committed to the fact that I don't do all the big hydrates, but I'm going to try and do some of them. So now this game, let's cut the trounces and let's add sink belows and see if it feels any cleaner for us, because I think that's like a pretty smart play as far as we're concerned with everything here. I mean, let's just make a surge and pass. I think that's okay. Like, I think it's okay for us to just make a surge and pass here. Exclamation point drown. I need to remove the timer. Nah, fam. Nah, that ain't happening. There needs to be a bigger than big hydrate. What do you like? What do you guys want? Like a massive hydrate? Like, I feel like what are you guys looking for with a massive hydrate? Like, this can only get so out of hand. We did win a lot of the clashes that game, Justin, which does not always happen. So it is worth noting that is very good for us. I think I'm willing to take 3 to see what Nick does after this. Think I'm willing to take 3 here to see what his most important play that he's really wanted to make here. I want there to be a shower option. Ben, I think you're on the wrong side of Twitch for that. We're gonna choose war. Heck yeah. We're going to make this is interesting here. So I could throw the Prime to fight, and I could like offer that I have the pummel and have 2 cards in my hand. Or I could overpitch and try to get Nick's flesh bag here. Maybe I'm not supposed to overpitch here. I don't know. Like, this is weird because like keeping this in my hand is like pretty bad. But I think that this has to be the play we're going to make here. Dude, Zechariah, where do you get all of these things, man? I love it here. You need aggro catheter, too many hydrates. Carly had made the comment that one night I should probably consider like that I should do like a thing where it was like, oh, like I can no longer use the bathroom or something like that being a channel point user. And I was like, absolutely not, because everybody would just try to kill me. I gotta take water out of my bottle here so that we can big hydrate here. Which means, Nick, I apologize, brother. It probably means it's gonna be a bathroom trip in the middle of this game.
No, you're good, brother.
I'm just gonna go ahead and play it here. This is not the best use of this card here. You wouldn't cut Trounce for sinks against Rhinar? Why not? Honest question. Just mainline an IV, extreme hydrate. Bro, y'all are crazy. Oh, we're just running IVs now at this point. I hate that I can't arsenal this card here, but we are going to pitch this because we're pitching 8s here to play along with this, which I'm a pretty big fan of. So was it you or your partner that coined the big hydrate? So I was actually looking for like a fun way for for people to spend their channel points while they were like hanging out and watching and like chilling out for the evening. And somebody suggested like doing a hydrate. And then, so my cousin Kyle, who was in the chat earlier, like plugging himself, like jokingly, he does do Clash of Clans content. So if you guys like Clash of Clans content, you should check him out. His name's The Woodshed. It's the with an A, like THA. He started doing a big hydrate thing during his stream, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, dude. And so like I kind of stole it from his stream, if I'm being honest. Tell him Hess says PSA card grading isn't real. I'm pretty sure he can see your messages, but I am curious to know what's going on there, though. That's a 1 card I wanted to block with in this hand. That sucks. Navigates 1 Intimidate on that turn. I mean, that's fair. I just I guess in my head, like it's a real feels bad to be able to have to keep, I think it's a real feels bad to have to see a Trounce over here in the intimidated zone. I think is why I want to do that. But I'm definitely not opposed to keeping Trounces in the matchup. I don't think it's a bad thing to be doing. I'm sorry, that's just the wrong block, Nick.
Yeah.
So Nick has 1 floating and 2 cards in hand. I don't think there's really a way for us to get punished by giving the Civic Steps here. So I think this is ultimately a good block here. And then we can block with the Aegis on whatever he does next. Liver purification for extreme hydrate, bro. Y'all are creative people. He streamed on Whatnot all the time. All right, dude. And then there's Sam with a big hydrate. Let's go. I was like, Josh isn't mad at you, Slip. He's mad at me for having a timer on the thing. So let's block 2, take 6, go to 30. We'll save the balance for the next Blood Rush. I think we're at a point where we can use our life kind of okay here. We're going to throw the Golden Sun and get the full 5 points out of our shield here. There's some argument to note that if we have Test of Strengths in the deck, we should just be waiting to try and We should just be waiting to use this to potentially reclash if we need it here. Yeah, there's a cooldown for everyone. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. All right, big hydrate to catch up here. All right. Whew. Nick makes a might token here. We're now back up 2 points. This is an interesting hand. This hand more than likely just blocks 7 and arsenals one of these cards here. You guys definitely make sure I appreciate it. I am hydrated always, and I really appreciate it. Extreme hydrate makes it a hot tub stream. Oh man. I've always like jokingly said that like that I would like play I would get a kiddie pool and like fill it up with water and play cards if we ever reached like a certain like dono amount or anything like that. I have no idea what that amount looks like, but I have always said that jokingly that I would do that if we ever got to a certain point. I've never considered actually doing that. Oh no, stupid wallop. Tricks are for kids. 10k channel points for a water stream? Dude, we're like, if I am going to like get in a kiddie pool and play cards and be that ridiculous and that a part of the internet, bro, like we're looking at like dollars. Like, I don't think that there's an amount of channel points that we can have for that number. Carly said you better not have set channel points. I just heard her over there. It's Game Grumps playing Magic in the pool, but Fab. Dude. I don't think you all even want to see me, like, in a kiddie pool playing cards. I don't think anybody wants to see that. Oh, man. This hand's pretty good. I mean, I won't lie, this hand's pretty good. No, y'all don't get it. 10 gifted subs to empty a bag of water on your head. 10 gifted subs to dump a bag of water on my head? Like, in my living room, you mean, Havoc? Like, in my living room?
No, I would film it outside.
Okay, we'd have to do it outside, Carly said. That's already been shot in the foot, sorry. Card Cave, SG, Big Hydrate, thanks for the showcase on Victor gameplay. Dude, thank you for the nice words, man. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. I appreciate it. Just right now? Yeah, no, Carly shut that one down. I'm sorry, guys. Carly's already shut that one down. Okay, so Carly said we could dump water on me right now, but we'd have to go outside. How would we record it outside? We'd post it in the Discord. I think everybody wants to see it live, though. I don't know how to do that either. Huh, hang on. Yeah, Carly is the boss, 100%. 100%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, headband on. And, I mean, we could.
Just randomly some other time, but outside. Just be a special water dumping.
It'd just be a special water dumping, she said. The way Nick intimidated here, while we're talking about the actual game, the way Nick intimidated here would be... Let's talk about the water stream right after this. We're going to have to talk about the water stream after this game here. We're going to have to talk about this after this. So the way Nick intimidated is so bad for us. Because if I block, I'm just giving up both of my blues, and then we're doing nothing on our turn. So if we block Clash of Vigor, right, we take 7, go to 23. If we win, we can make a surge and throw 9. Or we could throw the CNC. If one of these was a blue, I would just block with both cards and throw the CNC. I think we're forced to block like this. Nick wins a Vigor. Okay, so... It's not great for us. I won't lie, that's not great for us. We could, we could Twitch mobile it, but the problem is that, like, I'm already live on my computer. When are we doing the torture stuff? Like hot chip and cinnamon challenge? Bro. So, funny story, and I will tell everybody this while we're hanging out here. I thought I was allergic to cinnamon. Probably shouldn't have played the pummel there. I don't know. Like, it's very questionable considering that, like, Nick doesn't have an arsenal, but I want to take his, some of his cards out of his hand. Yeah, I know I'm playing Tec Plating. What are you talking about? I left it open like that on purpose. Big Stinky? Dude, I love Tec Plating. Get out of here. When I was in late high school, early college, the cinnamon challenge was a big thing. And I thought for years that I was allergic to cinnamon because of how I reacted to the cinnamon challenge. I had literally like when I went to do it, it's like a spoonful of cinnamon, and I thought I was like going to be sick or something. And so I thought that like my body was allergic to cinnamon because of how it went. So yeah, there's a random tidbit of information about me. When do you stop playing Victor? So Gavin, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to stop playing Victor like every time that I stream after this weekend. There's one more Pro Quest on Saturday in South Carolina this weekend for me. It's my last chance to qualify for Amsterdam. And after that, I'll be looking at playing a different deck. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I'm going to go back to letting YouTube members and Twitch subscribers vote on what I play once a week, like on that weekly basis. So I'm looking to go back to more of like my regular stuff where I'm kind of like variety contenting a little bit with different heroes, but I don't know what that's going to be yet. I'm trying to like prepare for ProQuest though. This is great news. Oh, Josh, get out of here. I played a lot of other things that aren't Victor, man. I'm just like, I'm so honed in on Victor for like ProQuest season. I got an invite for, did you just call it Hamsterdam? That's hilarious. You can't go? Oh, dude, Gavin, that's such a bummer, man. I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that. Oh, Carly's using the air fryer. I can hear it beeping. Beep. Beep. No, it's okay. All right, Nick draws off the gold. All right, we got to be at least behind one more big hydrate, so we're going to start filling our cup up here while Nick's thinking about his turn. It's about to be big bathroom after this. Nuggy time? That's actually what I had for lunch. I'd like to see you do all the Guardians a row on Talishar, maybe dust off Bravo. Ooh, I haven't played Bravo in a while. I could get down with playing some Bravo now. Don't get me wrong. Yo, Sam with another big hydrate, dude. Y'all are menaces. Menace-I don't know. You get what I'm saying. How many Sim Packings have we seen in Command and Conquers? We've seen 2 Command and Conquers and 1 Sim Packing, so I think we're just gonna block this out efficiently. I don't really see a reason to bottom anything. I like our hand pretty well, and then we'll just give the other sink below here. Like, this is a pretty efficient turn cycle to just give up 2 sink belows to block efficiently and not take any damage here. We have a couple of choices here. Gotta play Victor all he can before Enigma comes out, and I go rampant with auras. Dude, I actually really want to break Enigma wide open. You guys might see me playing a lot of Enigma. When we start getting more cards spoiled. Spamming big hydrate. This is hypocrisy out of order. Listen. On the New Year's stream, I was so drunk, I was just happy that somebody wanted me to be drinking water. That's just like, that's real talk where we were at that night, fam. That's just where we were at right there. So, yeah. I'm excited to play Enigma, though. I think Enigma's going to be really cool, and we're going to be testing her a lot for Nationals the closer we get to Nationals and the set coming out. Dude, Havoc, it's honestly a shame you missed it, dude. That stream was so much fun. I drank so much, dude, I thought I was going to die. But, like, it was a really fun stream, and I think everybody had a really good time. Like, I think everybody had a great time during that stream. Like, it was so much fun, dude. It was so much fun, brother. Next one to take 4 to keep his cards here. I mean, we could just take 6 here, right? Like, this hand does what we want it to do, regardless. I think this is fine. Like, I think I'm okay just taking 6 here. Yo, Holden, what's up, dude? Yeah, good games, man. We were actually just talking about you. And like we were talking, I was doing a recap of like I was doing a recap of Sunday, and we were talking about you and talking about our match in general and things like that. So now good games though, for sure, man. I was talking about how like I feel like most of the time I end up winning against people who are playing like Great Axe Story and people who are just playing like I don't know, like those like slower fatigue style decks most of the time anyway. But like I just feel like you understand the matchup so well, you make it very difficult for me to like have a good shot at winning. Not a huge fan of arsenaling this card, but I think we will. Okay, what is up with me drawing Golden Sun? That like what is up with this, dude? This is bananas. So bad. I mean, it's probably just best to just block 5 here, right? Like that's just the best thing we can be doing. I don't really want to take 7, so if we block 5, I can just swing the hammer. That's such a weird hand. That happens to me so regularly, I feel like, dude. It's the deck saying I should go back to Tunic. It probably sadly is, Slip, honestly. It happens to me on Tunic, though. Happens to me on Tunic, though, when I don't have Tunic up, and then I just want to cry myself to sleep. It is turn 9. Oh, yeah, it was turn 9. That would, or I guess it's turn 10 would be third Tunic. Yeah, we would have had third Tunic if we needed it. It's a big Sag. Is this for 6? Block 6, and then we'll throw 8 back at Nick. Could be a world where I'm maybe supposed to just make a surge, throw the hammer, and then arsenal the rouse, but I think throwing 8's better here. New's gonna be cool. Why not block with the chokeslam? Riku, he intimidated it. I could not block with it. I would have happily have blocked with the chokeslam had I been able to. Turns out I like the Guardian Mirror. Oh, yeah, you like the Guardian Mirror, all right. You like to play decks that beat up on Guardians, what you like to do, Holden. But yeah, Riku, blocking with the chokeslam and then throwing the CNC would have been like a great play there. I would have loved to have blocked 5 and thrown the CNC at him, but we had to block with the CNC if we wanted to get rid of the barraging beatdown on the claw there, unfortunately. Again, we're in a decent position on cards right now, so I'm pretty happy to just kind of make some exchanges like this. Now, Nick has only played 1 BRB, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I only see 1 over here, which means Nick has 2 more he hasn't played yet, and he also has a Remembrance. Yeah, no, I agree. If you show up to our local area and you're not ready to play against Guardian, I think that's a mistake. I do agree with that. Dude, I wish the Golden Sun was Intimidated Riku. That would have been the hand right there. That would have been the hand. New will make Kano and Guardians cry. I think New's going to be really good. I think all, like, the whole new set, like, everybody's so excited for Mist, and, like, I'm glad they are. Oh, hey, you talk about it, and there it is. Maybe Nick just, like, takes 17. No? No dice? All right. Bad beats for us, huh? Nick, ooh, that's a bad Blood Rush Bellow. So this is for 14. I mean, we could just block 6 and take 8, I guess. I kind of want to reach for the Tec Plating here, but at the same time, it kind of just feels like, why would I not just take 8? Like, this will be here later. Might as well, right? Sad to not see you in Richmond this weekend, but good luck at your ProQuest, brother. Dude, Sam, thank you so much, man. Also, thank you for the 5 months of Prime support, dude. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, fam. Dude, if you guys are going to Richmond this weekend, I hope you all crush it. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend in Richmond. Let's take 8. Let's not reach for the equipment. Let's just, let's take 8 here. It's the better thing we can be doing, I think. And there's still one more Blood Rush Bellow that we haven't seen, so I am saving the Balance of Justice for that. I'm gonna Arsenal. I'm just gonna throw 8 here at Nick off of the Clash of Vigor value, and then I'm just going to Arsenal my last card here. Yep. We now have to be careful that we don't just die out of nowhere when we're at 9. That is one of the concerns about playing its Rhinar, is that Nick can just take our entire hand out of nowhere. Yeah, so I actually agree with you that Tunic is like the best for Guardian. I was actively telling everybody earlier that I like to play, that I want to play. This is tough. This is that I like to play Tunic or Tectonic Plating because of how it feels. So if I block Buckling Blow, Tec Plating, and Sync, I mean, it feels like a waste of a point there to give up, but I don't want to block with the Civic Steps because Nick could keep some cards and make good use out of that. But we do have the chance to go E-Strike, putting one, well, we don't really have that option, do we? So we're just forced to block 7 like this, and then just throw 8 back. This is just the best thing we can be doing. There's no reason to sink anything. Our hand's already fine. We just get to attack for 8 here. I do agree that Tunic is still best. I just prefer to play Tectonic Plating. I love playing its Guardian, just not Betsy. Oh, because of Overpower? I bet Overpower, like, Betsy might have a real chance in a Tec Levossin, actually. Man, that's crazy to think about. That could be, like, a real thing. Nick gives us Hold the Line. Okay. I like that Nick is, like, kind of, like, forced to play cards like Hold the Line because, like, there are concessions to, like, his issues into Ninja and probably into, like, KO. But I do enjoy it personally that he has to play it into me. It gives me a lot of value, I think. Nick's pitch stacking back-to-back, or he's got back-to-back Alpha Rampages set up in his pitch stack here. So if we put this in the bottom and name Go again, we can throw Hammer and Arsenal this. I could throw 7. No, this is just better, right? Like, this is just better. This is just the best thing we can be doing here. We're just throwing 9 at him. It's just the better play here. More damage, more value. All right, big hydrate while Nick thinks about blocking to try and catch up here. Oh, Lord. And then we'll attack for 4. Okay. Nick's playing the patient game here, trying to keep his life total up. Block 6, swing 8. I mean, it's a pretty good turn here. Also, this is a crush effect that matters if Nick has his last Blood Rush Bellow here. Because if he does have it, he's required to He's required to block here, or else he can't draw off the Blood Rush Bellow, which is like super good value for us. Super good value for us. Robert said, all right, I'm here. We can start the stream. What's up, Robert? How are you, brother? Robert, are you guys going to Richmond this weekend? Okay. Yeah, this is the pitch stacked one that we put up pretty early. Sag. Big Sag. Reasons like this, Justin, is one of the reasons that I like having Sync below it in this matchup. Although I definitely hear what you're saying earlier about being able to like win a lot of the clashes. We're gonna crack balance here. We're gonna block 6. Block 5. I think we can still like keep this end of the deck and just keep cycling this card. I think there's one more we cycled too. We've only blocked with one, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yeah, we cycled the other one too, so like it's probably coming up the next 2 or 3 hands. It will not be at Richmond. Nats is our next big outing. Nats is also my next big outing, so I was telling Carly, I was like, listen, I was like, it's ProQuest. There's a ProQuest this weekend, and then after that, it's there's nothing until June, which is not true for like us personally because like we have a lot of family stuff in May and June, and I have to go back. I have to go back to Wisconsin for work again in the beginning of June, which like will be fun, but I'm also not excited about it. Bottom with an E strike last turn. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it, brother. We'll see what okay. Well, we're gonna block with the Clash of Vigor here. I think it's one of the better things we can be blocking with here. Discards the Agile Windup and intimidates a card. That's honestly exactly what we wanted Nick to intimidate from us, so that's perfect. And then he's gonna throw the other claw at us, and we are going to block there as well. And then we get to have possibly the best way that this could have been set up for us. This means we can make another surge, right? So basically, with the Vigor, we have 6 resources. So if we make another surge, this costs 4. Yeah, okay. I always have to make sure the like math on this card always messes with my head. I always have to like think about it. When will I be in Wisconsin? I get in on Sunday the 2nd. It's June the 2nd. It's that first Sunday in June, and then I'm there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, fly back on, or no. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, fly back on Thursday. So yeah, it should be a pretty long week for me that week. Yeah, and I'm coming to Madison. I think that's where Epic's located at, is in Madison. I'm coming there for a work training, so I don't know how close you live to Madison, man, but if you like want to get together or something, do dinner one night, let me know, and I'll like Uber somewhere and we can have dinner or something, man. I don't know how close you and Chris live. Oh, you said where in Wisconsin? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's in Madison. It's wherever Epic is located. I'm coming up to Epic's campus to do some training for work. And I think they're in Madison. Carly, are they in Madison?
Yeah, you fly to Madison, but it's in what, like Verona or something?
Yeah, Verona. Yeah, I fly to Madison and I'm staying at the hotel in Verona. So Epic Games? No, dude, no. I wish, brother. That would be awesome. Sadly, we can't take a lot of tempo with this hand, but hand doesn't take a lot of tempo, but Chris is like 30 minutes out, and you're like an hour. Oh, dude, that's a long drive for you guys, but listen, man, I would Uber somewhere if y'all wanted to like hang out one night, man. Like, y'all wanted to do something like, I mean, we're also going to get to hang out at Nationals, so if you don't want to, I'm not offended. I understand. Plus, you guys also have like all your regular stuff going on, and I'm just like hanging out at the hotel. All right, well, that's a pretty good start for the intimidation for us. Uh-oh. That's also a pretty good start for the intimidate for us. The problem is that now Nick has intimidated 2 cards, and we might just be dead here. What is this going to be for 13? Am I just dead? Block 4, take 9. I mean, yeah, there's nothing else I can do here. Well played, man. Good pitch deck. I knew you had the...
Well, I put the...
That was just random, wasn't it? You just shuffled in Remembrance. Oh, wow. That wasn't even pitch
Yeah,
deck.
I put 2 Blood Rushes back in and swing back.
And they came back together like that? Dang. Yeah, that was...
my two Alpha Rampages were on the bottom, too.
Yeah, I was like, so man, that was... Now, a good game, though. That was well played. Being able to take all 4 cards out of my hand like that is just so scary. Like, there's just so much, like... Alpha Rampage is like one of the scariest late game cards in this matchup.
Yeah, and Show No Mercy, too.
Yeah, that card's actually insane, too.
In certain situations.
I mean, yeah, he does have 2 cards left. Like, but we, that's like... A lot of these, like, a lot of decks that, like, are in the metagame like this, like, when you're, like, winning... Like, if you have them in the, like, if you have them down to, like, 2 cards, you want to pass, so I'll die.
Sorry.
No, you're good, man. But yeah, like, when you have them at the end game like that, it's really tough to, like, it's really tough for people to come back. But, like, Reinar's one of the few heroes that can get a lot of value out of having that set up like that. Reinar doing Reinar things, 100%. That was absolutely like a clinic there.
Good game, brother.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get off.
All right, dude. Thanks for playing.
All right. See you, man.
See you, brother. Victor versus Reinar. I think I went first this time. Yeah, I think I went first. We lost this game. Double BRB into Alpha Rampage to swing lethal. I couldn't block. All right. 1-1 so far on the night. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and close out of the Discord since we're not using it anymore. All right. Maybe that turn should have been swing debilitate for 6. The turn beforehand, because if I swing debilitate for 6, then that would have been the 2 points I needed to stay alive, and it would have forced Nick to block with something if he wanted to. Because Nick said no blocks, right? And swung and just played both of his blood rushes there. So debilitate would have actually been better. Yeah, no, that's actually a really good point. I appreciate you pointing that out, Christian, because that's not something I thought about there. The chokeslam 1 turn sooner would have also been insane right there. But yeah, no, throwing the debilitate would have forced what we wanted there, which is so weird to think about because blue debilitate is not a card I'm ever thinking about. I was thinking about throwing the highest number there, but I should have been thinking about throwing debilitate. That is a really good point. That's a good note to like take away from this game. All right, yeah, good catch. I like that. That's good. That is good. It gives me something to make note of right there. Yeah, the remembrance is really good for Nick if he sets the game up in that like fashion where he's like ahead on life and he can take some damage to like use his late game like that, then he's in a really good spot. All right. Big hydrates are a lot. I'm going to take a 2-minute break. While we're taking a 2-minute break, I have music I'm going to play for you guys because I'm taking the suggestion of everybody who said that music while I'm gone might help them not be deaf when I come back. So a couple people said something like that. I found some like copyright free music or whatever, I don't know, on Spotify. So I'm going to run that, take a 2-minute break, and when I come back, we'll be playing more Victor. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. Okay, short break, and we are back. So Nick's done for the night, so we're going to be playing against a bunch of Talasharers the rest of the evening. 1-1, hoping to get a better record as we push through here. Any chance you can showcase Betsy? So, Card, I'll tell you... Oh, this is going to be terrible. I cut all my support for Kato. Like, literally just cut it all. Like, just decided to YOLO it. But Card, what I would tell you is that... like once a week when it's not like ProQuest season or something I'm grinding for, I post something in my Discord if you're a member on YouTube or a subscriber on Twitch, and you get to vote on what I'd like to play. So that's kind of like the best way to like to have a decision or like have a point of like what I'm playing, what I will or will not be playing. But I'm not gonna play Betsy tonight if that's what you mean, because I am I'm looking to test for ProQuest season, but there could be a potential that I play it at some point. I have been wanting to try it ever since Naib made top 8 with his list. Honestly, Naib's a crazy fool, but I have been wanting to try it ever since he made top 8 with his list. Play time skippers? Why? I mean, I guess there's a world where we could time skippers Anathos into like a 4-for-8 if we had a surge or something. Maybe it could have been worth there, Nathaniel. It's not a bad point. It could have been worth. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but it could have been worth. Let's see. Victor versus Kano. We are going second, and we're probably going to lose, but we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll wait. So I'm on gloves because I'm on gloves into Prism. Wholeheartedly, I am on gloves into Prism. So that's why I have Null Rune Gloves as my only source of AB in the deck, because that's what I'm on against Prism. And I've set it up that way so that I can run time skippers into the matchup. Welcome back, Havoc. And yes, only at least only AB1. Yeah, there's only AB1 because I've just completely abandoned the Kano matchup. I'm back to just saying, oh well. Yeah, no, I do think you guys are correct that it is just probably always like it's just always better. Like we're not blocking, we're not using this for anything. So it's just always better to be on the time skippers to give us a potential extra go again turn. I do agree that you guys are correct there, and that was a mistake on my part. But it's good for me to note that because I can keep that in mind moving forward. Is this pitch stack Kano? It is pitch stack Kano. We're about to see how good my opponent is at pitch stacking. Because some of these people are really good at this, and some of these people are like very mid. Oh, dude, no worries. Yeah, dude, there was like quite a few people gave out subs earlier. Like Sam had a prime sub. Havoc gave out a sub. Zek gave out 2 subs. Michael Paul gave out a sub. Electrum had a prime sub. Dude, like you guys have been very generous, very giving tonight. I really appreciate it. No, I'm not on Double Hammer anymore. We tried it just to say that I tried it, but no, I'm not on Double Hammer anymore. Oh, man. I mean, I think that stacking into me is like the most surefire way to make sure that you are, it's like if you are playing the pitch stack version of Kano into me, like, and you know what you're doing, your chances of losing the matchup are like close to like 0%, I would say. Yo, Andrew Kearns, let's go. Thank you for that sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out tonight. When you're here for the first time, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch, wherever you're at, we got 3 questions we ask everybody. What's your name? I'm going to assume Andrew. What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings, fam? Tell me a little bit about yourself in the chat, man. I mean, like, I agree that, like, from what you're saying, Aaron, that, like, you don't need to pitch stack into me, you don't need to pitch stack into me as Kano, but I do think that playing pitch stack Kano into Victor is like you have a like I'm gonna say it's like 99% chance of winning the game if you do it correctly. So I think a lot of victors have like kind of committed to AB2 and respites, and so like people are saying, oh, I'm gonna play the pitch stack version because like I know that it's the safest thing for me to be doing. I think that's where people's heads are. Is this social engineering? Are you trying to hack our bank accounts? Bro, how wild would that be if I was really just doing that? If I was really just doing all of this to like try and like gain access to your all's money. What a wild swing of events that would be. So unfortunately, without the second blue or third blue, we don't have a way to throw the Rouse here. But I think this is okay because we get to throw Spinal with a new Surge, and it kind of looks like we're threatening the pummel here. Not that my opponent really cares about the pummel, but yeah, definitely pitch stack. Yeah, I think for sure here. Oh, they pitched a Wildfire? Yeah. They also just pitched a Tome of Ether Wind and a Tome of Fandle earlier, so 100%. Yeah, they can undo. That's perfectly fine. It's perfectly reasonable that they think we're playing Pummel. I think that we have to be playing Pummel to like have a chance into this matchup here. Yo, Volcanius. Oh, I like that name. I like that name. That's a cool name. Yellow Sync. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yellow Sync is like, I think they're just looking to get all the D-Reacts they can. I haven't seen somebody playing Yellow Sync yet, but I can't say I'm truly surprised if I'm being honest. All right, this hand's good. We get to potentially AB something on our turn and then go Zealous into Chokeslam. I like this hand quite a bit, to be honest. All things considered, I'd rather have a pummel too. Been watching you since you streamed Magic. I learned how to play Fab and I'm hooked. Dude, welcome to the Flesh and Blood world, man. It's amazing, isn't it? Fab's awesome, brother. All right, chili cheese, yellow mustard, and onions, or Chicago style. Somebody told me what Chicago style was one time, but I can't remember if I'm just being wholeheartedly honest. Can't remember what Chicago style is, but dude, Andrew, welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here, man. If you're kind of new to Fab, man, I hope you fall in love with it just like I have. That's what I tell everybody, man. But dude, Volcanius, welcome back, man. If you've been watching since Magic, you've been watching me for a minute, man. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, dude, welcome to Flesh and Blood, dude. It's amazing. I genuinely think it's better than Magic. Like, honestly, man, I tell everybody that I think it's better than Magic. I was like, why are you using Tunic on... I think we're going to Arsenal this. Gain 2, go to 25. I think that's a pretty good use of Tome of Fandle there. Chicago style is you get stabbed, your car gets stolen, and then you get to eat the hot dog. Oh, man. Yellow Sync has been in the Kano Discord talking about? Ooh, interesting. So let's make a new Surge, and let's throw 8 Schmobinate here. It's tougher for them to block is the only good thing that I like about being able to throw Macho Grande in this matchup. Also, we've set up some good second cycle hands if we get to them, but I don't think we're going to be able to get to any good second cycle hands. We're really looking to try and use Command and Conquer Pummel here if we can. A lot of my friends deck and like any of them until I played Fi, and I'm a ninja player. Something just clicked and everything made sense. Dude, I played Fi a lot before I got on the Victor train after the most recent set. So I understand, man. I understand. I think that Fi is a lot of fun. Fi is really cool. I mean, we're just throwing this, right? Like we're just throwing Zealous Belting here. And then we're going to throw the hammer for 6. Like, we could throw the pummel, but the odds of them having a D-react are pretty heavy, in my opinion, so I'm pretty happy to just throw 6 here afterwards. I think it's better this way. I think this is a better play we can make. They gave us a sink blow, play something on their turn. I think with AB1, like, we don't really have a chance at stopping them, if I'm just being all honesty here. I don't think with AB1 there's a chance that we could stop this matchup. If we had like AB2 and respites, there might be some world where we could try to hang on long enough to make this happen, but even then it's not likely. So let's go 6-go again, and then we're just going to throw the E-strike for 7. I think that's like the best thing we're doing here, is just going 6-go again into 7. Anything I can do to just push damage is what I want to be doing here. I also think, like, guys, for what it's worth, if you're going to a pro quest this weekend and like you're gonna like and you're expecting there to be some like local Kanos, unless you're gonna like be against someone who's playing Kano who's like a very, very good Kano player, I think you're in an okay spot to like try and run AB2 and run Oasis Respites, and I think you'll get a lot of like what I would call like mid-level Kano players. If I'm being honest, I truly believe that. I think we're just gonna play it. Like, we want to try and get value here. They probably have a D-react. They've probably been sitting on one in their arsenal for a couple of turns, but it's respite. Yep. I bet they were sitting on the respite. Oh, they have it in hand. I was gonna say they were probably sitting on the respite and arsenal to protect from a CNC pummel there, which makes sense. So they cover this up. We're gonna activate Tec Plating and swing the hammer. What happened? Did they target the pummel? On accident? I think they targeted the pummel. They enabled the chat and then just discarded that? I don't understand why they did that. I would have been happy to go back and let them target the correct thing. I know what they were trying to do there. I don't know. That's pretty weird that they just, like, didn't say anything to me. Guys, for what it's worth, if we're ever playing on Talishar and like something happens like that, like, and you like very deliberately meant to do something else and it just didn't work out, please let me know. Like, I am always happy to like talk about it or like potentially undo. Like, I won't let people undo things if like new information has been exchanged, but like if we're just like looking at like trying to, if we're just looking at like, you know, something like that where it was like it was very obvious what you wanted to do, I'm happy to go back and undo it there. Avic immediately says, so you're saying I can take back clashes? No, that is not what I'm saying at all. Is the CNC gonna get some value here? Wow. We got a Nourishing Emptiness? Alright. Well, this hand stinks. This hand's not good at all. I guess we'll throw the Buckling Blow. God, I don't know. This feels weird. This is like a really weird hand. The problem is, even with our opponent being at 5, like, the odds of us killing them are just not likely. I am going to pass on arsenaling. I just want to keep this in my hand. Like, these blues are great if I was running AB2. We can Reckless him if he goes down to 2. All right, it looks like this is combo turn. Looks like this might be combo turn here. To a pro quest 2 weekends ago, made everyone change their list last second. I mean, yeah, Kano does that in a room, Aaron, 100%. Kano does that in a room full of people, like, wholeheartedly, brother. E-Strike to save the E-Strike. Didn't we have a card in Arsenal that turn? Brad, did we have a card in Arsenal that turn? If we didn't have a card in Arsenal, then yes, it would have been better to throw the... it would have been better to actually throw the hammer there, but I might have missed that. And if I did, good catch. I appreciate you pointing that out to me. I am not perfect by any means, and I definitely make mistakes sometimes. So they go bottom, 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 and then pass. We're going to crack to make a surge, and then we're going to throw the buckling blow again. This might be like where they're at as far as like actually killing us. You did have a card in Arsenal, but you still would have only had one less point of damage and saved another... Okay, so you're saying it was probably worth it regardless just to keep the go again there? That's very possible. That is wholeheartedly very possible there. That it was correct to just save guarantee go again for another turn. That's something good to consider there. God, I really wish we had a gold. Like, we had, like, I mean, I know that like we could have brought in the shield, but it's just not correct, right? Am I just dead here? Well, no, it's their turn, right? That's fine. Okay. So I do want to test the new Victor card. I'm not going to test it until after ProQuest season, but I do want to test the new Victor card. I'm just going to go to 28 to keep my resources to be able to like do shenanigans here. Feeble shenanigans. 8 Dominite. More than likely does not end the game. Like this, like even if they're not to where they want to be yet, they probably have a D-React or something. But I don't know. It's hard to say. Worst case, they give us a card in Tunic, take 4, go to 1. And that's like pretty good for them here. I don't really know what they're wanting to undo. Oh, I guess they want to do this stuff before blocks and see where they're at, I guess. Was just a thought. Seemed like giving up an entire card for an extra point of damage might not be worth it. I do agree. Like, I think you're probably correct in your assessment there, Brad, for sure. Oh, you guys are testing the new Victor card, the new Leviathan card, and Vincent stuff tomorrow? Dude. So, guys, if y'all don't know, by the way, Robert in the chat, his name's Second Cycle Fab. They are a Flesh and Blood YouTube page, and they do a lot of great content every Wednesday. They stream in person. They're really fun to watch and to be around, so you guys should check them out. They are Second Cycle Fab in the on YouTube. Okay, well, guess what? We're gonna put this down as a win. Shouldn't have been, but we're gonna put it down as one anyway because technically we did win that game. That's all I'm saying. We did technically win that game. Pitch stack Kano made a few mistakes and let us get there. Should never win this game at PQ level or higher. I think that's a pretty accurate representation of that match right there. We do love to see Kano go down, don't we? Drew said, I love Second Cycle Fab. Dude, I think everybody loves Robert, honestly. Like, everybody loves Robert and Chris. They're really cool. Like, they're really fun to be around. Yeah, like, I don't know anybody that really dislikes them. They're awesome. I mean, we did force them to go off there. I don't know, but... I think against Naziri, we want to go second. I do have Naziri sideboard put together. Like, we... maybe we did force him to go off there. Judging from Majin streams, I think we forced him one turn earlier than he wanted. Hey, listen, we'll take it. We run everything but the out muscles and the pummels here. Trying to generate some good go-again hands and just trying to get value here out of our cards. It's basically the same plan it is into Arachne. Like, they have a lot of 6s and stuff, so... God, he's playing 71 cards into me. Christ. PQ season, what a PTI using Victor. Hope to see you showcase Betsy during the off-season. We could definitely try Betsy one night. Like I am not opposed to playing Betsy one night. I think Betsy's a cool hero. I think she's a worse Bravo, but I think she's a cool hero. So I'm gonna try to keep the Rouse here if I can. I was like, they may throw something at us that we need to block, but really, we seriously can't play the Rouse here. That's a big Sag. So we're just gonna throw the chokes. We're just gonna throw the hammer here. My man said, "Hey, Betsy, let's go." Dude, Harrison's been on the Betsy train as long as I can remember, fam. Wish we could do as much as aggro does. I mean, dude, I stream like you guys are always playing in person together, which I think is so much more fun because you guys get to banter off of each other. But I don't know, I do enjoy the ability for me to be able to like play, you know, whenever nobody else is here. Like I do enjoy that. And sending out an SOS. Let's just take 4. Like, I think this is fine. We have life to give. We should just give it here, right? Extra point of damage off the E-Strike mattered in the end. Oh, wow. I guess that is ironically true. The 1 point off of E-Strike. I mean, they should have blocked with Tunic there, right? Like, so, like, it shouldn't have mattered, but it did. Let's reveal Thunk and Spinal Crush here. And we're going to come in for 7 go again. And then I'm just going to turn around and throw the Spinal at him. We could have blocked 3 and only taken 1 and thrown the hammer and Arsenal the Spinal Crush there. But I think I want to just throw Spinal and set up here. I pulled off double Rouse in the CNC turn. Bro, how does that even happen, fam? That's crazy. How'd you do it this last weekend of ProQuest for you, Robert? How'd you guys do? Okay. I mean, that's fine. Like, maybe I should have shown them the Prime to fight, thinking that I wasn't going to throw the Spinal Crush here, but I don't know. Like, this turn seems like a real win for me. So far, they've given up 4 cards out of their deck, and we've given up 2, which is a winning exchange for us. So let's go 3, 4. We're 5 cards into pitch stack here. Codex is pretty obnoxious. That being their 1 card they have left is like actually super annoying. Plunder the Poor. So what are we getting back? Sending out an SOS. We're 5 cards in a pitch stack here. I didn't concede to a friend to try to get him a top 8. Lost to Kano round 1 and Chris round 3. That's tough, man. I am also curious to know how we to know how Robert double roused. All right, so let's think about this here for just a second. If I get Spinal Crush, I can discard Prime to fight, take 4, throw the Spinal Crush for 8 after making a Surge and Arsenal the Zealous Belting. That's probably the best play we have here, right? Yeah, it's probably the best play we have here. We're giving up some, like, card value here by letting him throw the 0 for 4 at us, but I think this is okay. We'll see what we lose here. A Cranial Crush. So let's throw the Spinal for 8, and then we'll Arsenal Zealous Belting as a good way to throw go again here. I like this here. I had a Rouse and Arsenal, won a Trounce, and used the Vigor plus Tunic to pop a gold. Wow. Okay, so that's actually crazy. Using the Vigor plus a gold to like, or the Tunic to like draw like off gold is actually like a play that I've made like more regularly lately. It's actually like really good. I assume we have another D-React incoming here. No, you're just okay with Spinal Crush hitting you? All right. Sure. It's weird, but okay. So let's go 6, 7. We're 7 cards in a pitch stack now. We are snipping tooling that one. That's gonna be on the old Twitter page later. What a fun turn from my opponent here. So my opponent goes back to 41. So if I throw 5 go again with the surge, I can throw disable. Which able? Disable. So we can go 12 here, which is pretty good, and all sigils are out of the way. Yeah, that was what a turn for sure. That was a turn to say the least. I would like to tell a funny joke. There's one more PQ local to me, and the LGS owner capped it at 8 people. 8 people? Are you serious? Dude, I've also never seen triple rouse in one hand before. That's never something I've seen. That's crazy. I have never seen, or I'm sorry, I've never seen triple sigil in one hand. Did I just say triple rouse? I've never seen triple sigil in one hand before. That's crazy. That's true. I'm always very intrigued when somebody lets Spinal Crush hit, like when they like let it crush, because I'm like, you either really don't understand what's going on here, or you really understand what's going on. All right. So back down to 33 they go, but they still have 3 cards. 8, 9, so we're 9 cards in a pitch deck now. We do have a couple of pretty good ones here that we can use. Death Touch. So let's block here. I'm going to give Sink Below because this has to be Black Tech, right? Sending out an SOS. Na, 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 na. I have that song stuck in my head for some reason. I don't know why, but that song is like living rent-free in my head right now. Am I lagging here? All right. Yep, so they use Black Tech, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to give Sink Below from hand. I'm not going to put anything on the bottom. And we're going to give the other Sink Below from Arsenal. Hopefully we... yeah, there was a shred for sure, but is there a second one? Haha! Got him! Let's go. You love to see it. You love to see it. Pogarino. I don't even know what that word means, but I love that word. People say that. I see that randomly in Twitch chat all the time. Do you think we can live with Small Hammer only to abuse the new card? Are you talking about living with, like, are you talking about using Titan's Fist all the time to be able to abuse the gold main estate with the shield? Is that what you mean, Robert? That was card number 10 in the pitch deck. I mean, this hand's pretty good. Like, this is take whatever they do into... Hopefully it's no shred to kill my gauntlets here. Cut to the Chase is fine because they only mill 2 cards here. Like, it's still unfortunate, but it's okay. Robert, that is a fantastic question. I think that if we're gonna be on gold main estate, and I guess we're gonna get 3 cards here. Oh no. So what I've been telling everybody is if you're gonna be on gold main estate, we have to be on the shield and we have to be on tunic, in my opinion. Now, past that, like, we're probably just gonna have to live with Titan's Fist permanently and like be willing to cut that, and like we're still gonna have to run a Nothos, I think, like into like the Guardian Mirror and stuff like that. But I think that we have to like learn to live. I do think that we have to learn to live with like small shield in almost every other matchup. After last game, it's definitely better to throw Hammer here and Arsenal E-Strike because we have guaranteed go again next turn. Okay. All right, our opponent takes 2, goes to 31. This is cards 11 and 12. We're 12 cards in a pitch stack at this point. And our opponent does nothing, which is kind of surprising, but... Huh. I have to think about what to do with this hand here. Give me just a second. So the obvious play here is E-Strike the Trounce to the bottom, or it's probably E-Strike the Clash of Vigor to the bottom. If we E-Strike Clash of Vigor to the bottom, we then get to pitch Golden Sun to make a surge and throw the hammer and leave the Trounce in our hand. I don't really feel comfortable arsenaling either of these cards. Clash of Vigor sucks in Arsenal. I don't want to just throw the hammer for 4. I want to throw it for 6. So I think we're just keeping the Trounce in our hand. I think that's the best play we're making. That's card 13 in the pitch deck here. 13 pitch deck cards. Hey, Charles, what's up? Might need to start with Aura Magus and Crown of Dominion. That was something that I discussed with some guys on the team at ProQuest, not this past weekend, but weekend before last. What are the odds of us playing? What are the odds of us trying to play like Crown of Dominion and like some kind of like weird, like more aggressive style list to use that, like to get real value out of the card? But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough decision. I don't know. It's a really tough decision. Like, I feel like you're giving up so much value not running Crown or Balance to be on Crown of Dominion to, like, fuel some extra mites, which kind of feels like a trap to me offhand, but it is something I'm thinking about. All right, Robert said, I think Crown of Dominion is a trap with a shield. You just need 1 clash to win all of your estates. Other headpiece is too valuable? Okay, so literally just kind of said what I said there. Like, now I know Robert probably typed that out before I got finished there. I'm not trying to say Robert's copying me or something, but 14, 15, we're going to leave the Trounce in our hand, so we have 15 cards. Yeah. What is his hand? Had the opportunity to play with you earlier. Was the Kano Brainstorm. Didn't know it was live. Then I went to review the match. Dude, I appreciate the game, man. Did you mean to target my Zealous with the Respite instead of the Pummel there? I meant to ask. Like, did you mean to do that? Because I was a little confused there. I think we're just blocking with Trounce, hoping we get a W here. We do. You'll love to see it. So that means what? We just went 14, 15. Macho Grande's card 16 into pitch stack. I can't remember what our first hand was that we threw. It wasn't the Rouse. We just threw the hammer. So I pitched like there's a 6. Is it a thunk? I really don't want to block with... Really don't want to block like this. Maybe we're supposed to, though. I don't know. Graham was playing Victor yesterday, and I threw Swing Big. He had Debilitate Blue and 3 blue Test of Vigor. Wait, you mean Clash of Vigors? Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. I played against a Victor the other day who was trying to play like Test of Strength, or not Test of Strength, Test of Might and Test of like whatever it's called. Like the actual blocking cards. He was playing those into me, which I thought was interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. Sending out an SOS. I'm going to refresh here. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the drama. It is me. I am the drama. You guys probably knew that the whole time, though. So I just said we're 16 cards in a pitch stack. This is going to be for 11 Value Town population us. Trounce and Prime to Fight is so good. Like, there's just so much value in this 2-card play right here. Like, this is exactly why I want to play Prime to Fight and Trounce together. Like, this is why I'm back on Prime to Fight and Clash of Vigor. By the way, I talked about this earlier. If I cut Clash of Vigor and go back to Boulder Drops, I'm going to be cutting Prime to Fight and going back to Red Disable, which might just be better, but I think that this helps give me some value. Oh, no. I mean, I guess we knew that was there, but helps gives me some value into... Helps give me some value into, like, Warrior and stuff like that. Clash of Vigor, yeah, okay. That makes sense. So we just went 17 and 18, so we have Zealous in our 5th hand here. So if I block 6 and we win the Trounce, like I'm denying them the ability to Azuri something here. They have to have a hand disruption piece here if they want to do this. But if I went into a blue, it's Zealous Belting in the hammer, which is insane. So I think it's correct to block 6 here. And we did went into a blue. Clash of Vigor goes to the bottom, which is card number 19. Technically, I should have just pitched the Buckling Blow because I could have still represented that I don't know what I just did right there. I could have represented that I was going to throw Command and Conquer after I threw the Zealous Belting. That was just yeah. That was a small misstep because it makes my opponent think just a little bit more about what we're doing and what we're up to here. So we just went 19. All right, now that's the kind of turn we need for card economy right there. This is going to be cards 20 and 21. So we're 21 cards in a pitch stack here. God almighty, they always codex me at the worst time. And that's pure decision. That's pure, like, skill decision right there for my opponent. If we get Zealous, we can discard the Command and Conquer and go Zealous into Spinal Crush, which is pretty good. This is a pretty solid play. I think I'm okay just going to 23 and taking whatever they decide to do here. Pitch stacking and this card economy. They gave us an inertia token. What a W. What a W. I feel it's almost always wrong to give this, in my opinion. And I'm pretty willing to, like, fight somebody about that. Like, not actually, but, like, I think it's almost always wrong to give this. If you're gonna give this, just give the Pox token. Like, I think that's just better. Like, I gotta go again card. So, I don't know. Like, that just feels wrong to me. A deck list of Patrick from Battlehard in San Francisco and kind of dig it. A yellow pummel for extra sauce. Instead of... Just switch Anistos instead of Rampart. So you're just not running Rampart in your list? I mean... don't get me wrong, Rampart is kind of a concession to, like, any random dashes I play against. But I haven't really seen any lately, so playing Rampart's probably just wrong, and I could open that up for other sideboard slots. But I don't know, you just never know when one's going to be there, so I'm always kind of prepared for it. I'm envious of how good you seem to be at stacking. Well, dude, thank you. I really appreciate that, man. That means a lot. I really appreciate that, Aaron. Well, all right, what's wild, Robert? Hit me with it. All right, so this is cards 22 and 23. Yeah, so we're 23 cards in a pitch stack now. 7? Depends on what we hit, right? Like, we could just take some damage to, like, kind of set up an arsenal and throw whatever we win with. That's a... I don't envy that. We could bluff the CNC pummel here and see how they react, but I don't know. It kind of feels like a little bit of a trap there. 30 viewers live on YouTube and only 13 likes on the stream seems weird. Robert's basically saying go like the stream if you have it on YouTube. I appreciate it though, man. I appreciate you pointing that out. Wild Ride is wild. Wild Ride is wild. I agree. Dash is currently leading the LL leaderboard, so she might show up based more on that alone. It could be. She could show up because of the LL leaderboard and, like, people wanting to, like, trying to, like, I think some people, like, really take it as, like, a 24-25 or 25 cards in a pitch stack. I think some people take it as, like, a real, like, badge of honor to, like, try and clear certain heroes out of the meta. No, that's fine. We'll just give them a vigor and we'll have a lackluster turn this time around. How many leave no witnesses have we seen? 1? Oh, this has got to be a leave no witnesses. No, we've seen 2, so there's 1 left. This seems like a good hand as any. And then whatever they throw after this, we have the test of strength for. So we're now 26 cards in the pitch stack. They just pass. Okay. So make a surge, swing the hammer, arsenal the chokeslam. Let's think about this for a minute. Our opponent did nothing after that, which I'm very surprised by. That whole line of play they took screamed leave no witnesses. Now, maybe they didn't throw leave no witnesses because I gave crown. I'm not sure. And they knew we had the test of strength, so like maybe my opponent's trying to play 4D chess with me right now. We could crack a gold. We're only 26 cards in, which means technically we're not going to be to pitch stack just yet. So we have 4 unknown cards right here. Sorry, this is the tough decision point right here. Like, we could throw the hammer, like make a surge, throw the hammer, arsenal, chokeslam, leave test of strength in hand, set up for a better turn next turn. We could throw chokeslam, arsenal the chokeslam, pitching away the test of strength. I think it is more consistent for us to make this play because now next turn we can use test of strength and 2 other cards to block efficiently and throw the chokeslam for 8. I think that's a better play. I missed something here. See, and that is how awesome the local meta is. 3 dashes and sometimes 1 dash at my locals. Yeah, man, for sure. Hashtag support your local streamer. Hell yeah, man. Roll of Honor is dope. What are you talking about, Sam? Did I miss something? Did I say something and like completely miss something there? I apologize if I did. So we're going to go blue, then red, which is 27, 28. So we're 28 cards into our deck, which means technically we can sink something and try to find a blue here. Buff power. So test of strength into a blue is insane value for us right here. Wow, so good. Much bork, so good. Much bork. Let's take 3 and arsenal the sink below. Total win for us. And then drawing that card, we know that we're going to have a blue 6 on top of our deck. Yeah, we're going to be exactly a blue 6 into our deck. So go again, putting the golden sun on the bottom. Technically, we could have put the sink below on the bottom and then thrown the golden sun to play more offense here, but I would rather use the golden sun through second cycle when I know that I can end the game with it. Also, this line of play is just very solid for us and gives us a lot of value because this is just a 13-point turn. We could have used gold there, John. Like the turn before that, we could have used the gold, and that might not have been a bad play, but I don't think we needed to use the gold. I think that hand was okay without using it. And considering that we still have all 3 golden suns in the deck, I kind of want to leave them in there just in case. What are we up to, 5 now? All right, so after this, we're going to go up to 30, down to 26, and we're going to have exactly those cards into our deck. I think the first card's a blue thunk. I think is what we have set up. I think it's a blue thunk. To choke slam, then the thunk. Yep. I knew it was a blue 6 of some variety there. I don't know that you were necessarily wrong there. I think that... I don't think you were necessarily wrong there. Let's just say that. I don't think you were necessarily wrong. All right, so we tucked away a golden sun and then pitched a blue. So this is going to be cards 3 and 4. So for our last golden sun, we're looking at we're 4 cards, and we know it's going to be the first card into our 3rd cycle here. And I believe I can't remember exactly how I pitch stacked. We got the cards right, but I can't even remember exactly which one it was. I think that our our third and fifth hands have go again, if I'm not mistaken. So not this next hand, but the hand after that should have a go again card in it, which means we really need to try to take tempo next turn. And I think that having Prime to Fight like this to be able to like swing 9 is a good step in that direction. Sending out an SOS. Na, 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 na. How are we blocking, opponent? Man, my like shorts are all kinds of like messed up. They take 3 and go to 7. That's cards 3 and 4. Okay, so this one has Rouse. The next one has Zealous, I believe. I'm pretty much on board with just saying no blocks because we have the Sink Below here. Let's see if they use the Nerve Scalpel. I mean, it's probably as good as it's going to get. It's the last Sink we have in the deck, so if you're going to flick the Nerve Scalpel at me, this is it, right? Like, this is when you're going to do it. My opponent's probably reviewing my graveyard to, like, double check here to make sure. Yep. 100%. Not going to sink anything. Perfectly okay not sinking something here. We lose a Wallop. Oh no, we lost a Wallop. All right. This hand should be pretty solid to try and put the game away here. 13 when your opponent's at 7 is like typically enough to give you the tempo you need to close out the game here. Especially when we have Civic Steps to block with. We do have to be a little bit careful because technically we are at a virtual 8 because of Flick Knives. So we do have to be a little careful here in how we decide to block and how much damage we're going to take moving forward. We did not sink, so we're still 4 cards into third cycle of pitch here. Respite. All right, Respite. You pitch a card, which is great for us. You go to 8. And then take that, go to 5, and then we're going to swing the hammer. Probably should have just made a Surge instead of arsenaling this. I do like playing around. There's one more Codex, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's one more Codex left. Yeah, so actually I take that back. Arsenaling here was better because it lets us play around the Codex here. This card's 5 and 6. I was wrong. This does not have what I'm looking for. All right. I mean, that's fine. Let's block with the Clash of Vigor here. We have a Macho on top. Nice. You'll love to see it. And then, I mean... Is there any chance we just die here if we take this? Like, is there a Cut the Chase left in their deck? Let's do some reviewing here. There's one Cut the Chase right there. There are definitely some number of Cut the Chases left in their deck. I don't think going to 1 is correct here. So I think we'll just block 5. Like, the potential of going to 1 is pretty bad for us, in my opinion. Like, I think that the risk of going to 1 outweighs... Okay, so it was a Shred. I mean, maybe they're only on 1 out to the chase, or Cut to the Chase. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't really care about them banishing a card. I care more about my life total. So this is where knowing exactly your pitch stack is a huge benefit for you. So I could make a Surge, throw 8, and take 3 cards out of my opponent's hand, which is just probably the better play here. I could also, if we went all blues, which I know I did not, we could try to crack some gold here to get to where we could throw the blue Macho at someone, which would take, I think, 3 gold if we went all blues there. Oh, there were 2 in the grave. Did I look over one? Oh, there's a Cut to the Chase up top. A Cut to the Chase there. Okay, so there's one more left in their deck. I did just look over it. They give us that. There's a Zealous. It was the 4th hand. I think I'm getting last game confused with this game's pitch deck. This hand is insane though. I'm pretty okay just going to 3 here to be able to throw my hand. Because, like, I go to 3. They no longer have Afflict Knives to kill us with. And we have Go Again into Overpower. Which is Value Town, Population Us. Zealous Belting for 5, Go Again. We also notably could have just thrown the Macho Grande, which is probably the most correct thing to do. But I think that this hand, like, almost assuredly ends the game this way. I love that they have to pitch for that. Like, that's just so good for us that they have to pitch. Golden Sun. More than likely game here. Like, I don't know what they could have that would get them out of this. Nothing. The answer is nothing. All right, 18 turns, AVPT of 13.11, and offensive 3.18. It's not the best numbers I've seen, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Does anybody remember if we went first or second that game? I think I went second, right? I'm pretty sure I went second there. I don't know if anybody remembers or not. So let's see. Victor versus Azuri. We went second. We got the win. Some good clashes and some good blocks helped us get there. Okay. 3-1 on the night so far. Things are looking pretty good so far. All right, these big hydrates are running through me. Guys, I got to use the bathroom. I'm going to take another 2-minute break. When I come back, we'll be playing more Victor. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys.
Let's freaking go. You love to see it.
Okay, short break, and we're back. Yeah, we got tunes while we're waiting now. I try not to, I had a couple people suggest that, like, you guys have something to listen to, while I'm gone, so that when I come back, I'm not just so, like very loud when I come back. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Thought that was pretty cool. Yo, Trent, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? Okay, let's go ahead and save the triple sigil hand. That was kind of crazy to see that earlier. The triple sigil was nuts. Triple sigil. All right. Playing against Katsu. They're making us go first. I think that's a very smart decision from our opponent here. Let's see here. I think that cutting out muscles, just cutting as many 2 blocks as possible is the way to go in this matchup. If you're playing Tunic, you should probably consider being on God. I hate having this all blue hands at the beginning. Should probably just consider running Pummel in the matchup if you're on Tunic. I like throwing this on turn 0 because it lets us push quite a bit of damage, and we're 3 cards into pitch stack. I also love this hand because if we win the Trounce, we're able to block so much here. I mean, we do have to get like lucky enough to win the Trounce here. Man, I mean, destroy the shield to try and win this clash, probably, right? And then have a sink below right below it. God, freaking mighty. What, like, that is so unfortunate for us. God, I hate that shit, dude, so much. Nothing, that is the one thing that, like, truly tilts the living shit out of me, is losing clashes. It is nothing but straight variance. God, I hate that. That's so bad. All right. I mean, I think I'm going to take 3 to try and throw the Spinal Crush here. I mean, yeah, you're right. We would have lost the Trounce completely, which would have been, like, uber sad there. That would have been sad. That would have been big sad. Good, dude. Had a great day at work. I stumbled into the game against Scowling on my lunch break. Won and then caught a stream. Dude, that's awesome, Trent. That sounds like a really good day at the office, man. Sounds like a really good day at the office, buddy. All right, so we have... So I would have been able to block with the shield and then block with the Trounce, which technically would have been better. So we put 2 cards in the bottom. A test and then a sink below. So technically we are 5 cards in the pitch stack. Our first hand is going to be 3 blues and a test. And I think we went disable first. So the first card's going to be a blue disable. Oh, he's on D-reacts against me. Interesting. So let's see. We went 4, 5. This is 6, 7. We're 7 cards into pitch stack. Our first hand is 3 blues and a test, and then our God, the test of strength is going to reveal a sink below the second time around. God, that's so bad. That's so bad for us, dude. This has not been a good start to pitch stacking here. I am still going to try and keep up with pitch stack just because I think it's the correct thing to do. And I don't know what you're getting here. I mean, okay, that's honestly pretty okay with me. No, I wanted to block. Sorry. We're going to apologize here to our opponent because we wanted to block. Okay. That's fine. They're wanting to throw the Kodachis first. Yeah. So, do I keep the life up here to throw E-Strike? Do I keep the life up and throw Hammer, or do I just throw E-Strike for 7? I think that me having more life is more beneficial to my long-term game plan here. So, I think we're just going to block. Okay. Yeah, they go to 29, which just makes sense. Like, I mean, yeah, we're just gonna block like this. We're technically over blocking by 1. Would like to be able to throw the choke slam here, but I think we're just blocking this out. It's like hoping that my opponent just doesn't have the natural bonds line here. We will take 1 and go to 33 to swing the hammer here. Yep. Just doing our best Oldham impression right now. So we went card number, let's see, we went 6 and 7 on that turn, and then we went 8 last turn. This is card number 9 into pitch deck, if I'm remembering correctly. We're going to try to get away with this turn by just blocking 6, throwing the hammer, and then arsenaling Sink Below. But if I have to, I will block 9 to arsenal the Sink Below. Having Sink Below in my arsenal will get me out of a pretty good jam. I'm happy to just take 1 here if my opponent wants to Katsu to get another spinning Will Kick. I'm pretty okay with that. Are they okay with that? They are. They discard the Black Water to do that. That's why he's called Goldem. Why? Because we lose clashes? Oh, man. We're going to give up both of our cards here to Arsenal to Sink Below. I'm okay with this. Oldham, when I first started and I was playing Fi, never wanted to slam my head into a wall more. Dude, I loved playing... Oh, you were saying because I said we're doing our best Oldham impression here. Sorry. Sorry, Brad. But yeah, no, dude. Oldham was like a miserable deck to play against for most people. I loved playing Oldham. Like, Oldham was so much fun, especially in Alexi meta, because you were just forcing people to be better than you. And I mean, a lot of people just, honestly, like, a lot of people just couldn't get around everything that Oldham could do. So like, there was just so much value in just being and just playing Oldham and just forcing people to beat you. Like, you were just like literally every game I would just be like, okay, I'm going to block as efficiently as possible every game and be like, you're just going to have to beat me here. I'm going to force you to beat me and be better than me here. I mean, so at this point, this is just vanilla damage. This is just 4 plus the Fluster Fist that he gets here, more than likely. So it's going to be Bonds, Kadachi, into Fluster Fist, if I had to guess. I don't know. Chuckles and Reinar. Let's block 3. This game is going exactly how we don't want it to go. Our opponent is in an extremely commanding position. We put a Test of Strength and a Sink Below to the bottom. And so we're looking to just like, we're just honestly trying to hang on until we can get to like a Test of Strength hand or like a hand that like blocks efficiently here. Block 3 and take 1. I think that's okay. I can count on one hand the number of times I've lost to Katsu. And it's not a lot. Like, I think we are generally pretty favored in Katsu in this matchup. I think the fact that my opponent's playing Sink Belows and the fact that they're also playing Reinforced Alliance helps us. Or I'm sorry, not Sink Below, Flick Flack. I think that helps us there. Anything was better than the Starvo meta. I mean, dude, a lot of people hated on the Starvo meta. They really did. I played heavy Control Dash in Starvo meta because I really enjoyed playing against... I liked oh wow. Well, that's a huge win for us right there. I actually like kind of enjoyed the Starvo meta because I was on like a very heavy Control Dash list. This was when I didn't really understand a ton about the game. So like I was still pretty new and like trying to learn a lot about the game, but Prism for you? I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people played Prism during that meta. Prism was very good in that meta, to be honest. Like, Prism was obnoxiously good in that meta. Block 3, take 1. Make a Surge and throw Command and Conquer. We could, if we really wanted to get crazy here. Since we have the E-Strike we're going to Arsenal, we could just throw the Command and Conquer and threaten the pummel and see how our opponent blocks. Did we draw into the E-Strike? No, we drew into the Golden Sun, so they don't know what we have here. And this just looks like we want to throw the Command and Conquer pummel here. Now, they could have reinforced the line. Could not matter here, but I do think that this is worth throwing and threatening here. They just immediately play Visit the Floating Dojo. What? Put a Surging Strike and or card with combo from your graveyard on top and or bottom of your deck. What did they pick? It didn't even tell us what they picked. Well, that's like, we should have that information. That's something that like they would have to show us. So I'm kind of surprised that like Talishar didn't give us that info there. All right, knowing that we have a gold now that we can actually like use to reclash with makes me feel a lot better about our positioning in this game. Like, makes me feel a lot better about our positioning in this game here. No one plays it enough to report it? No one plays enough what to report it? I'm sorry, Slip. I feel like I miss some of these things sometimes. We could have popped the gold there, Justin, but I didn't want to pop the gold because I wanted to be able to... I want to be able to leave this here for my next clash so that I can give myself a better chance at winning the clashes here. But you are correct. That is something that we could have done right there. It is worth noting that that was a possibility for us. Okay, let's just block efficiently here. We have a buckling blow. Okay. Yeah, I do enjoy the throwing CNC and making him think about it. Unfortunately, he had to visit the floating dojo, so it didn't matter. But I do like that play a lot there. I do think that's a good play line from us. You were willing to come off. I mean, yeah. So like, it wasn't really about coming off of Arsenal. It was more about coming off of. It was honestly more about coming off of the gold that kind of scared me. Ooh, I'm surprised they didn't have like a 0 for 4 they wanted to throw at me there. We could tuck the Test of Strength to the bottom and then throw the Debilitate. That's probably better than... I mean, keeping the Test of Strength in my hand is really good, right? I think I'm okay with us giving giving myself an intellect penalty here to keep the Test of Strength in my hand here. So Justin, for what it's worth, I do think that if we had a second gold there, or like even if we had shield with 1 counter available, I was more than happy to crack the gold to go E-Strike into CNC there wholeheartedly, 100%. Zach keeps saying the phrase "come off." Is that a Tennessee thing or kind of sus, bro? Have I said that phrase a lot in the last few minutes, bro? What reds are left? Are you talking about in our opponent's deck here? Oh, they apologize. No apologies necessary, pal. I completely understand. We are going to pass on arsenaling this. So we would have been rewarded for throwing the Debilitate because we had the extra... We've seen 1 Empowerment and 1 Pitched. So I think we're going to block like this. Actually, no, this is the Art of War turn, right? Like, we're just blocking like this.
Freaking go.
Yo,
You love
Cyber Jester B. Thank you for that sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. We got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're here for the first time. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? By the way, for what it's worth, anybody who's here tonight, I am like, that question also extends to you at all times tonight. Wholeheartedly. The Quicken token could matter, but I doubt it. Kind of want to block like this. Could have thrown E-Strike with the buff just to Arsenal arouse, right? We could have done that as well. That very well could have been our play. Just had the bonds here. Yeah, that could have been our play to Arsenal that, but I don't know that I ever want to Arsenal Rouse in this matchup. I think that's a really bad Arsenal target in this matchup specifically. He has so many good cards left in his deck here. I like wrapping my hot dogs in licorice. Bro, are you serious? No, I've never heard that before, bro. You are that's a first, fam. That's a first. Yeah, dude, all natural combo just lined up, man. I mean, we could just play around the breaking scales here, right? I mean, if this doesn't hit, it doesn't matter. We are giving up a ton of equipment this turn. Oh, really? You saved the Razor for that? I am a little surprised. And I have to admit, there was no world I'm playing around Razor right there. That is a big Sag for us. Yep, Tenacity's really good. Gosh. So we're going to go to 11. I don't think we can give this up here. We've already drawn a card off the gold this turn, so like there's no use in us giving up the other test of strength. We are just going to pass and intellect penalty ourselves again here. He said LMAO, no, I would never. Listen, no judgment here. No judgment for me. We're in a pretty bad spot, in my opinion. The only thing that we have going for us right now is the fact that he does not have links available. Okay, Spinal Crush is pretty good. Hopefully this isn't another Razor. It's like that would be bad for us. We haven't seen an Art of War all game from our opponent. Are they on like some kind of like Bravo trip where they think that like how like Fi used to sideboard out Art of Wars into Bravo? Are they on that right now? Ashley in the room and she's on my computer and she just suddenly says, I really like this game. And she has the Fab side up. Dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Does bratwurst with sauerkraut and mustard count, or purely hot dogs? No, I mean that's good. I'm down. Like I'm down for bratwurst. I think that's cool. I'm down for that, Billy. You have to twist my arm too hard to get into like bratwurst territory there. I think that's fine. Okay. Yeah, we are going to attempt to win this, and we reveal another trounce. Jesus. That's a second trounce we have, like, virtually done nothing with there. We're just going to block efficiently here and just throw the Chokeslam. Blocking there is by far the better play, and we can throw the Chokeslam at our opponent here, forcing some cards out of their hand here. I'm turning her to the nerd side. Dude, I love it, Trent. I love it, man. Dude, we are trouncing ourselves right now. That's so true, Noel. Like, I don't think I understand how the trounce card works. Bro, like, it has felt so bad. Dude, I think everybody's itching for Mist, bro. I think everybody's so excited for Mist. I assume this is another Flick Flack or a Reinforce the Line. I was like, we've only seen like a couple of each of them, and they're on blue Flick Flacks, which is like still just wildly hilarious to me. Well, they don't have any cards to discard, so I think we're just gonna sink this and take one here. Like, I actually think this is like sink this, put the Prime Defied on the bottom, and then try to, since they can't Katsu me here, we're gonna try to find a way to throw Spinal Crush at them. It's a crazy play against Katsu in Q round where she was able to get three, bro, 3 Cell Swords, Cell Swords, I don't know, is nothing to laugh at. That's wild. That's actually kind of crazy. We've already, no, we didn't, we got a Runeblade card, didn't we? We got the Shadow Runeblade card. We got that already, didn't we, Noel? The Marvels in this set are dope. Wholeheartedly, they're amazing. Give me a new Viscerai weapon so I can go back to aggro. Let's just throw Spinal Crush. That doesn't count? Why does that not count? That is a Runeblade card. Just saying. The new Leviathan card is bananas. The new Leviathan card is bananas. Card's crazy. All right, I think throwing CNC is pretty good for us here. I assume this is Dachi Dachi. I'm just gonna go to 5 here. Make a surge, throw CNC. Pretty good play here. Oh, I mean, we want a new Viscerai spec. Doesn't Viscerai have like the second most like specs in the game? If I remember correctly. Like, I'm pretty sure like Viscerai is just like second on like the list of specs in the game. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. I'm not sure though. We'll block 3. Oh, they've been sitting on a bonds waiting to do something like this? Okay. Dude. Ethan was going crazy. I saw him immediately post on Twitter and be like, oh, Leviathan was the best deck in the format anyway, but thanks so much. Like, this is a scary position to be in. Like, we are not in a good spot in the game right now. My opponent should have led on Kadachi's here. The thing that I don't like about this is, like, why? Oh, they broke boots to give it go again? I think we're going to block here. And then go to 3 and swing the hammer. Ah, man, this has been tough. This has been one of the worst Katsu games I've ever played. Like, losing both of our trounces so far has been really bad for us. Not only did we lose both of our trounces, but we put cards in the bottom of our deck that we needed to see to try and get us into this game. All right, now thankfully this lined up pretty well for us. Let's go like this. Okay, you love to see it. You love to see it. The new Spectral Shell design, are you talking about the art slip? Because I do think it's really cool. We're going to take 1, go to 2. Definitely just going to go to 2 here. I'm going to block the second Kadachi with a Wallop. Do I need to refresh? Is it me? Am I the drama? And then if he has something else to play, we can give up the Sink Below here. I don't think there's going to be anything else. It's probably just going to be Arsenal after this, which gives us the ability to throw 8 at our opponent. It's been a really weird game. Yeah, dude, Nev, like people were giving out subs like crazy earlier, man. I think there was like 4 gifted subs earlier, dude. It was awesome. Might have been a good turn to pay into gold right there. So I don't think we could have accomplished anything by paying into gold, right? I don't know. I could be just like very horribly wrong about that, but I don't think there was anything good that come from us paying into gold right there. Now, this turn, we're going to take 1, go to 1. And then we get to make a surge and throw the Golden Sun to try and close this game out. Should be enough to close the game out here with me being at 1, with him being at 1, I would think. Wow. Double reactions. So they're on 2 razors. Wow. Wow, we were able to close it out. Man, what a... I did not think we were going to win that game. Like... I did not think we were going to win that game, fam. That was a tough game, and like things did not really go our way as far as clashes were concerned, but we were able to pull it out at the end. So thankfully there. Thinking Runeblade, I went in on the missing foil staples I need for Viscerai, Mordred, Revel, Swarming. Oh, nice, dude. That's awesome. I have a lot of foils for Victor, but that's really about it. I'm going to say each of the heavy heroes get a new card like Victor and Olympia did. Visit blank. Okay, so like, yeah, visit the Goldmane Estate. I know that Olympia got a new spec. So what are we looking at? Kasai, KO, probably not Rhinar, but probably Betsy. I don't know, that could be pretty cool. Like if everybody got cards like that, I think it could be pretty fun. As far as like the game and like gameplay and stuff like that, could be pretty sweet. Victor, Tatsu, we went first. We got the win. Had 2 trounces that we clashed on and tied both. Close game. We ended at 1, but closed it out. Oh my god. Taryn is running around like a cat on crack right now. I don't know what she is doing right now. You gave her ice cream? Well, no wonder. Carly's in there giving the menace in our family ice cream, and now all of a sudden she's acting crazy. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. This sucks, dude. This is terrible. This is horrible. Could we visit the Golden Sands? I could see that. I don't even think I have a Teklo Vossen matchup put in here. Like, bro. Alright, well, it's going to involve Big Hammer. I can tell you that. It's going to involve Crown. Oh. All of this stuff. Do I want the Test of Strengths? Didn't right-click. That was weird. Yeah, Auto-L. This is really bad. What's the plan into Savage Sash this weekend? I'm going to be honest, Billy. I don't know that anybody's going to be on it this weekend, man. Like, maybe we just leave in... Maybe we cut the Test of Strengths and leave in the Trounces because of those, like, the value they generate for us. Yeah, we're just going to throw 8, Arsenal and 8 here. That's all we can do. Yeah, this is going to be a long last match here. This is going to be a long last match here for sure. I don't really get to block much against... I mean, we don't get to block much against Teklo. I do agree that we don't get to do it very often, but I still think that the Trounces are worth. They just provide some incremental value. Now, that is... So Clash of Vigor is going to be our first pitch deck card. That is all, like, me speculating. That's sheer speculation for me that this is the correct line. I don't know that this is the correct line in any capacity here. All right, so let's go make a surge into Cranial Crush, and we'll Arsenal the CNC and wait for a pummel here. I think is what we're going to do. Everyone on Twitter says it's Skeleton 2.0. Really? So you think it's going to be like a big card this weekend, Billy? You think there's going to be a lot of it this weekend? So let's go. We went, what did we go? 2 cards last turn. So let's go 3, 4, 5, so that we have the Cranial Crush as our first like go again thing here. Scraps 2 of these to gain 4 resources. Activates Teklovossin and then plays 1. Pretty good. Pretty good. We have to save this for a pummel, right? Like the CNCs have to be on pummel turns. Oh my gosh. She is running around like she's crazy. They don't get a bigger hand, not off the first one. Not off the first one, they don't, thankfully. She's literally just running around. Like, I don't know. What did you put in that ice cream?
She had just a little bit, a lick on my finger.
Well, she's going crazy. Okay, so go again into hammer here. They have yet to block with equipment, so we're going to go 6, 7, 8. Oh, wow, this hand's terrible. They're doing a very good job at just setting up. I mean, we could go again into Command and Conquer because CNC Pummel's probably not going to be good. Yeah, Cat Cocaine seems accurate. Auto including KO. Not sure where it fits into Levia yet. All right, so I'm going to have to take a look at that card then after this. It's going to have to be like something we're going to look at. So let's name Go again and throw the CNC here. It's probably like the best play we could make as far as like trying to disrupt our opponent here. It is a very poor pitch deck at this point in time. Because that third hand's going to be atrocious. But this is 9, 10, and 11. My God. Okay, so he just scraps them. I think we're going to have all the go again cards here. And the new card can go bonkers since you can maybe go 3 wide for a blue. I mean, being able to like go 3 wide in Levi is like very strong. We're definitely gonna have to take a look at the card after this. If Billy says it's that good, then we're 100% gonna take a look at it after this so that we can like make sure that I'm trying to prepare for it. I can't remember exactly what it does, but we'll pull it up on stream after this before we end tonight and look at it. Since we're probably gonna end the stream 4 and 2, unless our opponent just like has a stroke. So we went 9, 10, 11 last turn. So this is going to be 12, 13. So we're looking at 13 cards in a pitch stack right now. So they literally just have all of the Evos set up now. Bro. Let's put this on the bottom. We'll make a surge and swing the Anothos here. It's just what we're looking at doing now, I think. Temper 2. So that's Temper 2. Breaking it 6 or more. So 6 things with 6 power cost 1 less to play for the whole turn. That is pretty scary. Oh, they finally give up an arm piece. Wow. Wow. The problem is that this can be stopped. Well, I guess that's just going to the bottom off crown here. We'll just be crowning that away. And we draw into another blue we're not too happy about. Seems like 9 people aren't pulling their weight. Dude, Robert's out here just throwing shade at everybody, bro. Oh. A firewall, huh? This just seems like Victor's worst nightmare. Like, wholeheartedly. I don't know how we're ever supposed to keep up with a deck like this. And they're playing unmovable? Bro. What? Alright, we're not gonna Arsenal. I don't want this card in my arsenal. It's terrible. We are gonna block here. Yeah, we'll make a Vigor. Which is fine, I guess. We'll make a Surge. And then we'll throw the Buckling below. Because that is technically better than the Chokeslam. I mean, listen. We could just concede here. But, like, it's the last game of the night. I don't really want to just concede. I mean, if you guys want, honestly, if you guys are interested, I will concede this game just so that we can look at the new card and discuss how that's going to fit into what my plan looks like into KO. If you guys are more interested in that, let me know. Like, so I guess, like, if you want me to play this out, put a 1 in the chat. If you want me to concede and let's talk about the new card, put a 2 in the chat. I think that's the best way we can go about this here. So 1 to play it out, 2 to concede. I think that's what I just said the first time. I think I've already confused myself. Wear him down. Was just messing. So John does want me to concede. I mean, this is a bad matchup, so I understand. Yes, God, I love when I play a deck that has such high consistencies. Are you playing Sigil of Solace too, bro? Who hurt this man? Somebody said either, and then Robert just said 3 just to be a troll. Our opponent is still at 26, and they have not blocked with, like, any of their equipment except for, like, 1 piece. This is so bad. Man's out here fatiguing? Yeah, I wish that were true, bro. We can't fatigue this deck. We couldn't fatigue this deck if we wanted to. Although I appreciate your all's optimism of me being able to fatigue this deck. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the pummel on top of this. Because I'm not scared of them. I mean, they did block with equipment, but, like, barely. Barely. Bad matchups don't exist if we win, bro. Truer words have never been spoken. I was like, there's no way we're about to push through this pummel, right? This is like one of those matchups where I think you have to play pummels on... where you have to play pummels on CNCs. I just don't think there's another way to do it. Well, we're just going to throw Thunderquake for right here. You love Yellow Sync, dude. Why does everybody love Yellow Sync below? I love that that's become such a, like, commonly played thing, though, recently. Because nobody's ever been on Yellow Sync below until, like, recently. And I do appreciate that it's, like, played more and more now. All right, we need this win. I have revealed a pummel off both trounces so far. I get a kick out of it, honestly, because, like, this happens to me every time I play Talishar, and this, like, this kind of stuff happens to me so rarely IRL. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna make a new Surge and throw the Debilitate here. I guess. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Yellow Sync is interesting. I mean, like, if you're playing Yellow Sync, you have one game plan. One game plan, and that's it. I mean, this hand's just rouse into hammer, right? Like, we're probably just forced to take the damage here to go rouse into hammer. Activate Tec Plating and play a chess piece, which I don't even know what that does. I think it gains resources for them, but... So we reveal these, and then we're going to swing the hammer for 6 after this. What's up, Keshkar? How are you, buddy? The funny part is, like, for a while, like, it kind of looks like you can fatigue them because all you're doing is running them out of cards. And I mean, maybe if we catch them at the right time, we might be able to, like, actually, like, get them somehow, but it feels highly unlikely that that's ever the case. It feels highly unlikely that it's ever the case that we could actually fatigue them if they're on Singularity. And I don't know why you would play Tec Plating if you're not playing... If you're not playing Singularity. Oh, it doesn't trigger for the same Evo. It doesn't trigger from the... If you're playing the same Evo, it doesn't trigger. I see what you're saying. Thank you for pointing that out. Sat down. Two guys were talking about Riptide. I knew I was going to play them, and I did. Brutal as Kasai. Dude, I was like, I think that's a rough matchup as Kasai, right? Like, that just, like, they just kind of, like, bully you a little bit. Destroy all cards defending this. So we're just going to 21 here, right? Like, I think we're just going to 21. I am intrigued by 3 Annihilator engine. Like, most of the time, it's just War Machine and the other one. I can't remember off the top of my head, but... My man said no worries. I play Teklo a lot. So 1 from hand and 2 pieces of equipment here, and then we're going to swing the hammer again. Oh, we actually pushed through 3 points of damage? That's wild. There's that Singularity. I mean... I think we need to be able to throw our arsenal here. Like, knowing that he has the Singularity, I think I want to block like this. I know this is, like, kind of crazy. Let the universe sing. I mean, keeping warriors from using their dynamo a lot is, like, actually, that does have a lot of value for him, I feel like. So that's actually pretty cool. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to pitch a different card here. Jesus sec. Get it together. We're supposed to pitch Debilitate because Disable is a better arsenal if he has, like, a random 6 here. Of course, if he flips into Singularity right here, we're just super dead. Like, just the game's over. But, I mean, I think the game's been over since, like, turn 0, if I'm being honest. He's just saying no blocks to flip Singularity. I mean, I figured he was going to block there the first time, but, like, that makes sense, I guess. Oh, yeah, might as well throw the leveler at me, right? Like, absolutely. Might as well. Might as well. Destroy cards in their arsenal? No blocks. We ain't scared. We didn't raise. We didn't raise no quitters. We ain't scared. Make a surge. Go again. So he just gave himself an intellect penalty and kept the Singularity in his hand there. Swing the hammer for 4 here. All right, I gotta stand up for just a second here. Gotta stretch my legs for a moment. Oh. Oh, he only had 1 blue. I guess that makes sense. If he only had 1 blue, he can't play it. Because the other card's a Singularity. What is this? Boo. We discard this. Actually, we should just block from hand, right? Like, it's either a card we can block with or not. I mean, I guess we get to block 6 either way, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is bad. I want to see total damage threat in this game. We will look at total damage threat in this game after this. There might be some world where, like, maybe you can try to stop this if you're on, like, hard fatigue, where you're on, like, all of the... If you're on, like, hard fatigue, where you're on all of the, like, if you're on, like, unmovables and staunches and, like, maybe there's a world where you can keep your life total high enough, but I doubt it even then. It's always 6 damage. On the flip, yeah. So we discard Command and Conquer here. We block 3, take 3, go to 1. Yes. So yeah, we'll block 4 and take 5 and die here. And this is what this matchup is like for anybody who's ever who has ever watched this before. 163 damage threatened right there. 163 damage threatened. So the funny part is, like, I would ask, why did my opponent even join this game? But, like, it was a request to undo CC. Like, they were in the dark. Damage dealt 28 versus the, like, 150 or 60 some damage that I threatened. Okay. Let's go ahead and add this game to the log, and then let's talk about this new card. Victor versus Teklo. I went first, I think. We lost. Impossible matchup. We're just going to put impossible matchup because, like, this is so bad. Like, that's just so bad. Okay. What is the name? Is it called Savage Sash? Is that what it's called? Savage Sash Fab TCG. This a card right here? Okay. Is there, like, can we open this up into a bigger image here? No? Is that it? Okay. Okay. Oh, it's on February? Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. Thank you. Thank you, Slip. Okay, so this is 2 temper. Destroy this. Attack action cards with 6 or more power cost 1 less to play this turn. So basically, they're just going to be playing this over Tunic. I think it's kind of what Billy was saying earlier. So what is the most broken thing you can do with this hand? Like with this card? So play Cast Bones, make an Agility, Arsenal Savage Feast, draw Blood Rush. Play Blood Rush, pitching a blue. Crack the chest. Play Savage Feast with the Agility. Claw. Wild Ride for 1, have 1 floating. Bear Fangs for 1. So you're talking about Savage Feast with an Agility from the turn before is... We're going to say an Agility and a Might. So we're going to say 7 go again. With the Blood Rush, pitching the 1 blue. Is that even possible? So we pitch a blue with a 4-card hand and the Savage Feast in Arsenal, and we have... And then we have... We pitch a blue, play Blood Rush, discard a card, go back up to 3 cards. So, like, literally, we just have to have Wild Ride Bear Fangs in the same hand, or like a Pulping. We have a lot of options for going in here. And you can literally play it and still Arsenal a card, which is, like, or I don't think you can Arsenal a card. You might not be able to. So, play Blood Rush, 3 cards in hand, 2 resources floating. Throw Savage Feast, costs 0. Discard a card that doesn't matter. Draw into a blue, let's say. and then your hand is Wild Ride and Bear Fangs. So that is 9 go again. Claw for 5 using your last. You have to pitch a blue to have 2 resources floating. And then you are at 14 points now. You throw Wild Ride for 8 go again, discarding something that's not your Bear Fangs. And you're at 22 points right now. And then you throw Bear Fangs for 10 to be at 34 points. Yeah. So they could actually make some really dumb stuff happening here. Like, this is going to be played over Tunic. I think Billy's correct here on his assessment that this is actually kind of bananas. Yeah, this is actually kind of crazy. So, like, the plan into KO this weekend is to just pray and hang on as long as you can. Yeah, so the fact that they get to, like, block for 2 and have that is, like, actually kind of nuts. Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited for this chest, Kevin. I think the one thing that, like, the one issue that people are going to have is being able to find it. If you don't have an LGS that's actually getting the armory decks and you can't buy it, then, like, you're not going to have access to it. So, I don't know. This is interesting. This is a really good card, and I'm curious to see how it looks. I think Billy was right that this is an immediate slot into KO. I feel like you could make some dumb stuff happen with it in Levia too, though. Like with an Art of War turn. Like if you have an Art of War turn to give something go again, like if you crack this, so if you play Art of War from Arsenal, banish a card, you have 2 floating, and you have 4 cards in your hand. You get to play a 1 cost for free that banishes stuff from your graveyard or whatever. And then you get to play a Dread Screamer that banishes more stuff for 1. And then you could play another 2 cost for 1 resource. So, like, you actually have some very, very dumb things here. No, you're right, Justin. I 100% understand that I am going into this with, like, a lot of favorable RNG. I am trying to think about what the worst case scenario is for me on Saturday to ProQuest against this card. Yeah, 4 or 5 wide Blood Rush gets away easier. Good into matchups where you don't need Husk. Yeah, no, 100%. And I think if you're playing a card like this into me, you don't need Husk. Because, like, I think Levia, if I'm being honest, I don't think Levia needs Husk into me, but I think it's just better than running Tunic into me as Victor. So I think this card takes away your, like, I think it's just better than Husk, probably. Just as nuts in the race matchup. Some lines are just absurd. However, the blue's the best card in the armory deck. What blue are we talking about here? Are we talking about this one? Play this only if you've discarded a 6 or more this turn. So this card's actually crazy in that card is bananas in KO, I think. Card is actually bananas. Kyle, I've done like a bunch of big hydrates, so I'm not gonna big hydrate for you, but I am gonna hydrate. I'm already gonna like use the bathroom 3 times tonight. If Levia gives up Husk for this, but could be wrong. I mean, I don't know that they'll give it up either, but like I do think that like this is just has potentially better hands for like Levia into me than Husk does. But Husk is also just like a, hey, I really like my card. I want to stop your Spinal Crush. Like I really like my hand. I'm going to stop the Spinal Crush. Yeah, that card's going to be crazy in KO, 100%. Yeah, so Billy, appreciate you talking about this card and pointing it out to me earlier because I'm glad I know this exists. I would have been trying to figure that out on Saturday on the fly, and that would have not been good for me trying to win a ProQuest. All right. Well, guys, I think after that, I don't think I'm really going to change the matchup. I think that we're just going to have to hope that my opponent doesn't have like a 30 to 34 point turn against me like I was just talking about, honestly. They could use this thing against Kano, since it also fills graveyard to banish and push damage. Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Using it against Kano is actually pretty good because you get to run the chest, you get to run AB3, and then you get to run scabs. Not bad. It's not bad. All right. Guys, that's going to do it for the stream tonight. Thanks so much for coming by and hanging out. I appreciate you guys being here. Everybody who gifted subs, followed, subscribed, wherever you're at, whatever the support was, I really appreciate it. It means a whole bunch tonight. I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out. Tomorrow is my sister's birthday, so Carly and I will be playing games. And then I thought I was going to stream on Thursday, but we are doing like a family dinner thing on Thursday. So I also will not be streaming on Thursday. So don't get me wrong, I'm excited to hang out with my family, but I'm big sad that I'm not streaming on Thursday to get some extra practice in. I doubt I'll be streaming on Friday, but we might see if there's a stream in the works on Friday. So happy birthday, sister. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We might try and get a Friday stream in instead of me going to cards. We might do that. And thanks, Billy. I appreciate it, man. If you guys are playing in Richmond this weekend or playing at ProQuest, I hope you guys crush it. I hate I'm not going to get to see everybody at Richmond, but I hope you guys have a good time. We might be back on Friday, but if not, we'll definitely be back next week with some regular scheduled stuff. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and have a good night.